gonna swap for Hero. I don't need Hero.
Ah, Mr. Yashiki, finally.
Hello, girls.
Abe showed up earlier and left a message. Seekers of wisdom, I shall await you in the Garden of Knowledge.
What does that even mean?
Don't ask. I've got no clue either. Well, that's all. See you later.
Having finished your business with us, Michio strolls off. Yo! There's no one inside the library. Or so I thought. After a beat, a boy suddenly emerges from behind the bookshelves. Hello, Akechi.
Welcome to the Garden of Knowledge, Mr. Yashiki. Seeing that you're here, that must mean that you're in need of assistance from a sage, aka me.
You're the one who called me here.
Goodness, you haven't realized it yet. My left eye said you wanted my wisdom. Hence why I told you where I was in advance. Consider this my being generous and proactive in providing you service.
I can't follow his line of thinking at all. One thing's for certain, he's being nice to me today. Maybe he's in a good mood or something. There's a good chance to get some information out of him. Let's play along. Sweetie, you dropped your squeaky toy! Okay, you can bury yourself under the blanket, but then let's take it easy. Or you're going to tackle your sister. Okay. I didn't real- Hello, Nyx. I didn't realize that your clairvoyance let you see so far ahead. You really are incredible, puppy. Just as you mentioned, there was... They're play fighting behind me. Okay. We'll say it's the ghost. Just as you mentioned, there was something I wanted to ask you.
That's right. Ask away. I'm listening.
Let's chat. You seem to be in a good mood today. What's got you feeling so upbeat?
What a fine perception. I expect no less from the one and only Spirit Doctor. I will be meeting my mentor for the very first time in a while today.
So they're the reason you turned out this way. I mean, are they the person who got you interested in paranormal phenomena?
Correct. My great master taught me the truth of this world. They made me the man I am today.
They're the reason why Abe has developed such an interesting personality. That just warped his mind and completely ruined a kid's life. You hate to see it.
Please wait, Mr. Yashiki. I shall share information regarding the departed's case on only one condition.
Better than hearing a Ketchy.
That condition being, you must complete my trial.
What trial?
I want to see your true abilities as a spirit doctor. Be it your spiritual state or power, show me everything.
I'm busy with my investigation, though.
It'll take but a moment of your time. Are you ready?
Sure.
Now allow me to explain the trial. I have 3 talismans with me. Take them and get a good look.
Okay.
Each talisman has a symbol on it. A triangle, a square, or a star. I'm going to envision one symbol in my head. I'm sure you already know what you should do, right? You merely need to read my mind with your supernatural powers and state the symbol I'm picturing.
Ugh, what a silly game.
The prattling of outsiders is not necessary for the trial. My trial is for Mr. Yashiki.
But I'm not a psychic, let alone someone with supernatural powers.
Humbling yourself, I see.
They're chewing on each other's faces. Okay.
I have selected a symbol. Now demonstrate your powers to me. Seimon, Seimon, Seimon.
Abe starts mumbling something as if he's meditating.
You said it, Mashida.
Seimon is what they call a pentagram in divination, which would be a star. But he might be trying to throw me off, and the correct answer could be either triangle or square. Do I need to give a correct answer, though? No, we're not. Both of us try opening the lid of the petri dish to see the inside. The hideous centipede shows up the moment I open the lid. I'm pretty sure Abe's terrified of bugs, Mashida. Heh, awesome. Yashiki, why don't you give the little brat a look and see what's inside the dish? I present the petri dish to Abe, making sure he gets a good look at the centipede inside. Centipede! Get away from me, please! Are you gonna give me the information then? You underhanded scoundrels, this is unfair! There's a lesson for you. Never underestimate the craftiness of adults, you brat. What will you do now? Fine, I lose. Get the petri dish away from me. Looks like this is the right choice. I've learned a lot. So this is how you exterminate spirits. You observe them and then strike at their weaknesses. How incredible, Spirit Doctor! I've fulfilled my end of the bargain, Akechi. Time for you to spill everything you know now. Understood. Kokuri. I let him know that a new notice has arrived and ask him about Mr. Kokuri. So this time it's Mr. Kokuri, huh? I know him, obviously. A spirit that haunts the shrine and the second floor's connecting corridor as well as the Fox Forest. The Fox Forest, is it not? Forest, that's news to me. Now they're attacking each other under the blanket. Okay. Goodness, the Spirit Doctor didn't even know a trivial bit of information. I guess you leave me no choice. How dare we not know the forest outside of the school? Allow me to tell you the rumors I have learned. Alright. There's the accordion! This is a well-known rumor that spread around 10 years ago. There was an old shrine in the north corner of the school grounds. Beyond the gate lies a path leading to the forest. It says he appears there at night. A man clad in white garb and a fox mask. He is Mr. Kokuri. He was dubbed Kokuri because of the mask. As I'm sure you know, the ritual to speak with the dead, Kokuri, summons a part fox spirit. I believe he was given the name by someone who knew he was a fox spirit. The ghosts are being loud today. It said Mr. Kokuri used to be a priest in the shrine in the forest. In his past life, he patrolled the path and performed the ritual cleansings that kept the shrine free of negative energy. He continues this routine even after death. Also, sorry for the noise, I opened a soda. He will never forgive anyone who disgraces the shrine, should he find one. He will shoot that scoundrel right in the head. That is the Mr. Kokuri I know. Thank you for allowing me to impart my wisdom. That's different from the rumor I heard. There are two rumors of Mr. Kokuri, after all. The Fox Forest rumor predates the one about the second floor shrine. Perhaps details have changed over time, though, through the retelling of the rumor. They're still chewing on each other, at least they're having fun. Or what if both rumors are actually true and none of the details have been changed at all? What if Mr. Kokuri actually shows up in both the forest and the corridor? Interesting. Unfortunately, the Mr. Kokuri of the corridor is completely different from the one in the forest in terms of period, place, and the curses they wield. Do you still think they're the same? I can't say either way. This choice didn't really affect our ending too much, but... you're being cautious with your theories. I wonder if that's how you managed to survive. What do you think, Abe? I have no idea. The definitive conclusion would require more information. Sorry. Should we assume that both the rumors are true, though? That would mean that the spirits are connected. Is there anything that leads you to that conclusion?
more or less. The priest that became Mr. Kokuri is said to have traveled the forest path in his past life. The path connected the two shrines. One is the shrine in the forest, and the other is Kokuri Shrine on the second floor. You see, that shrine was originally on the ground. Kokuri appears in both shrines because they're connected. Is that what you think? Precisely. The two shrines and two rumors related to Kokuri. What could this mean?
Hooligan.
Hooligan, huh? A person who's a far cry from an upstanding citizen I am. I haven't the faintest idea who that might be.
Okay, thanks. Delinquent girl. Describe the girl who attacked me and ask if he knows her.
I'm not familiar with such an individual. My left eye refuses to even see the— oh my god. See those of a low spiritual state.
Okay, thanks. You're no help. Here's the petri dish. I take out the creepy petri dish and show it to Abe. Stop! It's too much! I quickly return the petri dish to my bag in light of Abe's feeling. No, I'd do it again. After I finish talking with Abe, I leave the library. Mashida's phone's vibrating. Who the heck's calling me? She answers the phone and begins to speak. Based on the part of the conversation I overhear, I assume the caller's Hiro. Hiro says the brat's awake. She said, "It's too much for me to handle. Please return ASAP." Shall we head back to the infirmary? It's almost time for the students to leave school anyway. You do the talking, Yashiki. Seeing as how you're a teacher here and all. I'm not super confident, but I'll give it a shot. I find the delinquent girl glaring at Hiro, who is clearly flustered and frustrated when I arrive in the infirmary. Oh, thank heavens you're finally back. I tried to explain what happened to her, but she didn't even respond. I don't know what to do with her. Please do something, Yashiki. So the situation falls to me. Once I'm all ready, I should talk to the delinquent girl. Yeah, let's just talk. After taking a deep breath and organizing my thoughts, I approach the girl and talk to her. Glad to see you regain consciousness. Your name's Saki Maruhashi, right? The name's Yashiki. I'm a temporary teacher here. Have you heard anything about me? I'm currently investigating the departed case. How do I put this? Do you remember attacking me with a baton? This isn't going well. She's not answering at all. The chime sounds signaling the closing of school for the day. I'm going. Maruhashi starts walking towards the exit. Wait! There's something I want to ask you. At that moment, someone else enters the infirmary. Good afternoon. It sure is lively in here, isn't it? Yasuoka? It's been a while since we last saw each other. The peculiar kimono-clad woman is The ghosts are very loud today. Towako Yasuoka. She's another mark bearer who's renowned fortune teller. She's also quite famous as a spiritualist and has helped me out a lot. Are you two having fun tackling each other? It looks like it. Okay. The sacred objects Moe brought to the school are actually hers. What brings you here? Why, I'm here to help you out, obviously. Diamond and Moe have been keeping me informed about your case. I see you've gone and gotten yourself wrapped up in another terrifying incident. And knowing you, I suppose the wheels of fate must be turning once again. None can escape the fate they were born with. I'm curious to see what twists and turns that strange fate of yours will take you down. Perhaps Yasuoka's age has given her this philosophical perspective on life. However, she's certainly not cold-hearted. If she were, she wouldn't bother lending a hand to people who face a daunting fate. By the way, who is this girl? Maruhashi stares at Yasuoka. This is a far different look than the glare she directed at us earlier. There's no trace of her prior hostility. You're
Toako Yasuoka, aren't you? You're on OMG Paranormal Experience. Yes, that is I. Whoa, are you serious? A legendary celeb is here? Shit, I'm like super nervous right now. What's with this 180? Maruhashi went from ice cold to totally excited. She seems overjoyed to meet someone she's seen on television. Your raw energy is out of this world, Miss Yasuoka. It's so freaking refreshing. My, thank you, dear. Wow, she looks so cool here. You're also very beautiful. That hair color suits you well. You think so? Miss Yasuoka, can I get your autograph? After that, I asked Yasuoka to help me persuade Maruhashi to talk. Because of that, she reluctantly agrees to cooperate with us. I'm only doing this because Miss Yasuoka asked me. I don't like you. So what do you want to know? Maruhashi? Oh, you want to get to know me? Saki Maruhashi from 1B. My favorite subjects are math and art. My favorite food is sweet red bean buns, and I love looking at motorcycles. Just looking at them? Not riding? Yeah, I don't have a license. I really love the plating and the gold glitter paint on vintage motorcycles. My cousin's the leader of a biker gang. He's got this red chicken on the cowl of his bike, and it looks so cool. Once Maruhashi starts excitedly talking about motorcycle detailing, she looks like any other enthusiastic kid. I heard you're often hanging out by yourself. I can't help that, you know. There's no one in the school that I can talk to about art. And I get bored talking with them about other stuff. I can't blame her. Do you know anything about Mr. Kokuri? Nope, never heard of him before. Who is he anyway? That's a pretty strange name. He's a spirit that haunts the second floor corridor. Are you for real? I would have never gone there if I'd known. It's stupid to mess around with spirits. Does the spirit show up in the shrine? It's also said that he appears in the Fox Forest. Not the Fox Forest. That place sure is bad news, huh? I've heard weird stories about it. What kind of stories? Are they about spirits, or...? Nah, not those kind of stories. I heard punks used to sneak into the forest a long time ago. I don't know if it's real or not, but apparently some of them would never come back. Punks in the forest at night, huh? A strange combination. Don't ask me why, I've got no idea. But none of the students here ever go near that forest because of that rumor. Okay, why'd you attack us? I don't remember. It's like you said, there's a blank spot in my memory or some shit. How much do you remember then? I remember going to the corridor after school. I know the place is like off limits, but I like hanging out there, you know? It's empty and the wind feels really nice. I don't blame her. I would. I was just spacing out while looking at the sky. And then I got this strange feeling. I got goosebumps and I started freaking out. And then it all came from that shrine. So I approached it. And I opened the door. And I found a disgusting petri dish inside. I thought it was just a horrible prank, so I went to grab it. And my memory got wiped after that. I don't even remember attacking you or being carried to the infirmary or anything. That's all. So you're not the one who put the dish in there? Of course not! My Gramps is the chief priest of the Kintoki Shrine. Ever since I was a kid, I had the fear of the gods drilled into my skull. And you think I do such blasphemous shit? Hell no! Seeing how pale her face is, I don't think she's lying. Who put the petri dish in there then? I've asked her everything I can think of. Is Saki Maruhashi really the hooligan that Mr. Kokuri is targeting? Nope. I share my doubts with the Mark Bearers and ask for their opinion. I don't know. Neither the law of matter conservation nor the Euclidean geometry apply to spiritual beings, so it's not like you have to apply logic here. I don't know about her being the target hooligan, but she's definitely a delinquent. I'm thinking the same thing. Hey, old hag, this spiritual stuff is kind of your whole thing, no? Give us your take. Don't chew on your sister's collar. Get that out of your mouth. Let's see. Maruhashi doesn't strike me as a malicious person, and if she were truly the target, she should have been slain in front of the shrine. Instead, the spirit only chose to drive her mad. In my opinion, it's doubtful that she's your hooligan. Well, who is hooligan, then? Even after discussing the matter further, we failed to arrive at a convincing answer for this mystery. That means we're still lacking information. We have no choice but to keep investigating the subject. Which means that our next destination will be the place Abe mentioned earlier. The Fox Forest behind the school. By the time we finish our discussion, the sun is pretty much set. The night phase of our investigation is about to begin. Either Hiro or we know who's coming, will accompany me for the night. The other will stay here. I'll be managing the sacred objects in Moe's stead. That's great. I'm still not using them for this run, but thank you, Yasuoka. Come to me whenever you got enough lost souls. Nope, I'm good. You're gonna help us out, Yasuoka? But of course. I have far more knowledge about the spirit world than you lot. I should be able to use that knowledge to assist you somehow. Experience is the best teacher, after all. It's dangerous, though. I appreciate your concern. But I've already lived a long, full life. I don't really value my life as much as I used to. I'd rather not see anyone younger than me die today, though. So please allow me to be of service, Yashiki. Alright. Seeing that we're dealing with spirits here, I'm grateful to have an expert with us. I also just noticed now that I can hear this with headphones, I can hear a bell tolling in the back with the music. That's a neat touch. Still, I can't have her walking around the forest in that beautiful kimono. I'll just have her stay here. Who's making noise? Why am I pinged? Who's pinging me? Oh, it's just Twitter. Okay, nothing there. You better stay here too, Maruhashi. At least until we've got a clear answer on who Hooligan is. Sure, I don't mind. I can just ask Miss Yasuoka to give me life advice. Life advice? You're too young for that. Everyone has their own problems, you know. It doesn't matter how old they are, even my own grandchild. And just like that, the three women quickly become immersed in their chit-chat. As I look at them... Hey. Mashida approaches me. Take this, Yashiki. He hands me over a paper bag. There's something heavy inside. I run my fingers along the paper bag. It seems to be made out of metal and has a rectangular section leading to a more rounded section. Mashida, this is... Lower your voice, idiot. Do you want the others to find out? But I don't know how to use one of these! Relax, this one doesn't have a safety. Just aim and pull the trigger. Still, because it doesn't have a safety, be very careful with it and don't have it go off by accident. Don't give this kind of thing to civilians! It's for your own safety. We have no idea what we could be dealing with, and if something happens to me, you'll be glad to have it. Do not hesitate to use it when needed, you hear me? Okay. What are you two doing? Nothing? If we're all set, then let's get this on with this investigation. The Fox Forest is located in the northern corner of the school, just beyond the Shrine Gate. To get to the Shrine Gate, take the road in front of the clock tower. Hope we find something. Maybe Kakuta will be there. We haven't seen him since he ran off. We have no idea where he went, though. Sorry to say, but there's nothing we can do about it. Okay, you two are still tackling each other. I recall Kakuta's parting words to us. I was summoned, I have to go, or else I'll be killed. MK. Who called Kakuta and for what reason? By the way, Yashiki. Hey, isn't Nakamatsu at Kujo Mansion? Why don't you give him a call? Ada might be able to research background details of the case on the internet. Well, I'm still not sure how I should involve him in this. We need dire information now. If I have any questions, I should call him. Call Ada. Pick up the phone in the infirmary and punch in the management's number. Nakamatsu here. It's me, Yashiki. I need you to look up a few things for me. Sure, alright. Tell me what you need me to find. I shared details of the incident with Ada. You just keep running into spirits one after another, huh? There's way too much evil stuff terrorizing that school, man. If I was enrolled there, I would have just taken off running and never looked back. So, what do you want me to ask? Or what do you want to ask? Let's just chat. Thanks for this afternoon, Yashiki. What are you talking about? Damn, you forgot already? You helped me cheer up Suzu. Oh, yeah, back at the hospital. I only did that because you encouraged me. Nah, you mean a lot to her, you know? She really believes in you. Everyone really depends on you. I'm jealous. It's not a big deal. Oh, come on. No need to be so humble, man. Makes me wonder if I'll be as impressive as you when I reach your age. I wonder. Well, it depends on your effort level, I guess. Do your best. You still got plenty of time to become the man you want. Yeah, I'll give it my best shot. Okay. Kokuri. Mr. Kokuri, huh? Never heard of him. I knew it. No hits. Maybe he's a minor spirit that is only known in Konohara Academy. Hooligan. A lot of hooligans show up when I search. Can you try and narrow it down a bit? Like, give me a first or last name or something? Who in the world is Hooligan? While we still don't have a confirmation, we do have a suspect. Find any information about Shinichi Kukata. Kakuta! There we go. I keep reading it the other way, switching. Not Kukata. Kakuta. Shinichi Kakuta from Konohara Academy, huh? You got it. That Kakuta kid seems to be famous in the karate world. He performed well in several tournaments and has a promising future. Man, I'm getting kinda jealous. But there's a post that caught my attention. What post? It's a comment thread on the article, with the obvious caveat of never trusting an unsourced comment you find on the internet. This Kakuta kid supposedly punched a student from another school and injured them. That'd be a clear-cut case for a criminal assault. The thread continues on. Despite the incident, he still took part in the tournament afterward. He should have at least gotten house arrest if something like that were true. Wonder what's going on. That's suspicious. Rumors say his senior, Konohara Academy alumnus, covered up the incident. If that's true, Kakuta's probably pretty indebted to him. If the rumors about Kakuta are true, the fine, upstanding student on the disciplinary committee actually has two faces. How would that be related to the case, though? Petri dish. Red mushrooms growing on a dead centipede? Yuck. Just saying that makes me feel gross. I don't have to see the real thing. Okay, bye Ada. Have a nice day. Talk to you later, bye-bye. Sorry, I'm just making sure things are set up properly. Yep. Okay, we're all good. Hooligan gone to the Fox Forest. E Crimson Devil to see Invisible Kokuri. Again? What's wrong, Yashiki? No, it's nothing. This has got to be the work of that female doll again. She wanted to tell me something. Hooligan has gone to the Fox Forest. E Crimson Devil to see the Invisible Kokuri. If the previous pattern holds, this information must have something to do with the spirit. I have no idea what that doll's goal is, but it doesn't hurt to keep the information in mind. Hello, you two. Here, hold on. The puppies want to say hi.
On the second quick break, I'm gonna let them just run outside for a minute. Quick break. My gosh, you guys made a mess of my bed.
I am back and I have Cheetos. Alright, let's go hunt some ghosts. We arrive at the north end of the school grounds. The shrine gate we see before us must be the entrance to the Fox Forest. Fox Forest is just up ahead. From the shrine gate, an overgrown path continues deeper into the forest. This should be the path Abe mentioned. The path that connects to Kokuri's shrine's former location at the school with the shrine in the forest. Mr. Kokuri uses this path to go back and forth between the two shrines. Welcome back, thank you. These tiny-ass cones actually intended to close the road? What a joke. I mean, they worked in Yume Nikki, Mashida, so... The path ahead is unknown territory. Stay sharp, Mashida. Yeah, better not let your guard down either. We delve deeper into the pitch-black forest. As we press forward, the light from the flashlight illuminates more and more the trees crowding in around us. But I'm so riled up that the shadowy forms look like a horde of monsters to me. Oh, hello, welcome back. Did you have fun outside? Yes, you're very cute. Okay, let's go lay down now, okay, sweetheart? Who knows, maybe the real monster's poised to strike just beyond the imaginary monsters I'm seeing. Once my mind starts to own that train of thought, my skin starts to crawl. I'm getting in my own head and making myself paranoid. Also, I'm glad you liked the Yume Nikki joke that just came to me. I think I've only played like an hour of that game, but I've seen so much of it around, I got the gist. Before long, we arrive at the old path leading to the shrine. Though it's only a few minutes from the gate, I feel like we've entered another world. Finding a spirit in the forest at night, reminds me of that mess we were in 4 months ago. Yeah, we were with Sho and Christy back then. Christy Arimoto is one of the mark bearers and a former newscaster. If the news arrived at Kuja Mansion a few days ago is true, she's currently overseas covering a story. Speaking of Nagashima, didn't he ignore your warning and try getting himself involved in this case? Chewed his ass out. He should stay out of your hair for a while. Ah, okay. And here I thought Sho withdrew from the case on his own accord. I didn't know what exactly Mashida told him, but I didn't ask. Best to leave that stone unturned. Don't know how long that brat be able to endure it. It's time the adults put an end to this thing. Oh, what a caring older brother. Is that Kakuta? Hey, Kakuta. What are you doing here? This is the end. What end? I didn't do him a favor. I shouldn't have gotten involved. Fuck, stop. He's mumbling something to himself. His voice is hoarse, as if his words are caught in the back of his throat. What in the hell happened, Kakuta? Mr. Yashiki. I don't want to die. He's fine, he can walk it off. His face bulges from within, red lines webbing across his skin as it's pulled apart, his expression contorts in agony as he screams. Mushrooms sprouting from within his wounds, rooted somewhere inside his head, more and more mushrooms split his skin into pieces. What is happening to Kakuta's body? It hurts! It hurts! It hurts! Touching his face, Kakuta runs away while screaming. His figure disappears into the woods. I'm sure he's fine. Could that be Mr. Kokuri's curse? I'm immediately reminded of the rumors of the delinquent boy who had his ear turned into mushrooms. What's happening to Kakuta is even more horrific than the rumors. For fuck's sake, how did that brat get cursed? I think we know the answer to that. He's cursed because he's hooligan. What the fuck did he do? I don't know, but Kakuta seems to have an idea why he got cursed. If we do whatever he did, we'll be cursed too. Ugh.
We don't know what action provokes Mr. Kokuri's ire, which means we need to be extremely careful in this forest. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The old stone lantern. There's an animal carved atop the lantern. It looks like a snake. Do these animals mean anything? I'm getting curious now. I better look it up. Look. The stone's quite weathered, and I see things that are quite old. Its surface is mostly covered in moss and mushrooms. Behind the stones, it seems to be an animal tracks leading further into the woods, diverging from the path. Okay, we need to open that one up. We're not doing that. Okay. Nope. Nope, I appreciate it. 7, 8, 9, 10. Spruster, take a look. Animal tracks. Go down this one. Pushing my way through the dense foliage, we walk further into the woods. I wonder how far this trail goes. What if we can't find our way back home? There's an open area in front of us. Something's there. We arrive at a small meadow. There's some random things scattered on the ground here. Everything is old and unusable. May as well call it junk. Perhaps this place used to be a garbage dump. There's an old signboard atop the broken trailer. It's a wooden signboard, the kind of thing used to serve as a notice board in old times. These days you don't see them outside of period dramas. There's a brief sentence written in old-fashioned script. To the shrine, 2 beats for the monkey, 3 beats for the tiger, 1 beat for the snake. That's not making any sense to me. You're a teacher, aren't you, Yashiki? Solve this one. Asha immediately gives up. Looks like I'm gonna have to unravel this puzzle myself. Let's see. Starts out with to the shrine, so maybe indicating the ritual has one to perform before visiting the shrine. Monkey, tiger, snake are obviously referring to the Chinese zodiac signs. So what does beat mean? It's clapping. Right, clapping our hands is a typical part of a shrine visit, so that seems to fit. So that means we have to clap our hands in a particular manner before going to the shrine. It's probably how people in the past used to show their respect to the gods living in the shrine. Jot down the contents of the board just in case. Yay! Do I need to pick up anything else over here? Okay, not that. This should be it. Yep. 1, 2, 1, 2. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Yoshi.
Do this 3 times. 4, 5, 6. I'm just kind of speed through this puzzle because it's a long one. 2 claps for monkey, 3, 1 for tiger, 1 for snake. Alright. That must have changed something. Let's see what it is. Okay, it should be all the way over here. Yep. Hello. What is that? A stooped figure is blocking our path. It's a man with mushrooms sprouting from his body. Or rather, it's more like a man who has become mushroom. Hello, my dear Luna. You've come to lick my elbow again. You're very cute. Can we relax a little bit today? Okay, thank you. The mushroom man lets out a shout of joy before vanishing. 2 beats for monkey, 3 beats for tiger, 1 beat for snake. Maybe the board's message helps us exorcise the impurity, aka that spirit. Hey, you know? That monster was wearing a Konohara uniform. You think it's Kakuta? Nope, he had blonde hair and wasn't as big as Kakuta. Who the fuck was that bastard then? Let me think. Marahashi mentioned some delinquents who disappeared in the forest. Maybe he's one of them. Kokuri's deep-seated grudge is swirling all around this forest. One slip up and that figure might be the last thing we ever see. Alright, let's move on out. Go all the way right, examine the figure. Oh, okay, we want this one. Yep, it's the boar! It's my sign! Follow the animal tracks surrounded by overgrown flora once again. I wonder what's waiting for me in this deep, dark forest. There's an open area in front of us. Something's there. Several logs have been arranged in this meadow. They kind of resemble a fence. An ornate number of mushrooms are growing around the logs. This place looks like a mushroom farm to me. Better be careful, Yashiki. This place is practically screaming ambush to me. Stump has mushrooms growing on it. What's that? Something's stuck on the other side of the stump. Take a few steps closer and find a metal grip prodding out of the ground. Try and pull it out. It's actually a shovel. What's it doing here? Ouch. That voice just now. It sounded like a male voice. It's just not showing any reaction. Looks like I'm the only one that heard it. Shovel might have some sordid tale attached to it. Despite the creepiness, the shovel might come in handy. I decided to take it despite my pounding heart's perceptions. Okay, this one. On the ground I see a mass with a rather odd shape. What's that? I better examine it. Take a look. The ominous mass is surrounded by moss. Doesn't resemble a human. Should I dig to find out what it is? We'll never know unless we check. Let's dig! Reach out to the mass poking it. It's harder than I thought. I'm doing this with my hands and these things sharp. Oh. I think this just gives me... Yeah, this just gives me a lost soul. I don't need this. Logs are resembled like a fence. I can't see what's on the other side of the fence. Let's move close and get a better look. Oh no. We find a corpse wearing a Konohara Academy uniform on the ground. Unsettling, whitish mushrooms are grown from the body. This is another victim of the Kokuri case. I don't know, I just don't really find mushrooms all that terrifying, so... I can see how this case would terrify some people. I don't find mushrooms all that scary. We have mushrooms growing around our house all the time. What are we gonna do? Stay back, I'll inspect the corpse. I cautiously approach the dead body. Where should I start? The body. My eyes are fixed on the corpse. I can feel gastric juices well up in my throat. The more I stare at it, the more repulsive it looks. This used to be a human being and now it looks like this. Don't look away. I utter a mild castigation to myself and continue observing the body. When the sprouting mushrooms have torn up the uniform, it isn't that dirty. He must have died recently. A green tie. That indicates he's a second year. The mushrooms are growing all over his large body. Laser pocket. I reach inside the corpse's blazer pockets. I find a piece of paper inside the pocket. It seems to have been torn from something. I position the beam from my flashlight so I can examine the paper's content. Fox licata, a type of fungus that only lives in the fox forest. Oh god, these names. Its sporocarp doesn't have a cap or a stalk. It takes the shape of a reed. A poisonous mushroom. Contains 10 times the amount of psilocybin, a hallucinogenic, as the infamous psilocybin argentepis. As of this writing, there are currently no laws regulating possession or cultivation of this fungus. However, considering the negative impact it would have on the individuals, especially minors, official regulation and studies are needed. Descriptions of the plant are written on it. This must be the missing page from the guide in the storage room. Scarlet, stripe-shaped mushrooms. They must be referring to the plants. These plants. So these red mushrooms are called Fox licata. According to the information, they seem to be mushrooms with strong hallucinogenic effects. There's another piece of paper inside the pocket. Unlike the first, this one's written in rough, hurried penmanship. The author of the note was definitely pissed off. Fox licata and the murderer of Lake S. A minor offender in the case seemed to have ingested Fox licata, and the other who sold the mushrooms to them was K. I've seen shifty-looking youngsters roaming around the Fox Forest. Looks like they intend to harvest Fox licata. There were also some students from our school, including K. I didn't disclose this information out to the public out of fear it would damage the school's reputation. That was a grave mistake. I take responsibility for everything. The murder of a mother and child at Lake S. An incident I've never heard before. Pants pockets. I reach inside the corpse's pants pocket. Inside I find a cell phone. It's pretty much stock, but it has no distinctive customizations, making it hard for us to guess who owned it. Maybe I can learn something from the phone itself. I press the buttons to no avail. I guess it's broken. That's all there is to inspect. Find anything useful, Yashiki? Yeah, quite a bit. I describe the corpse's features and show Masha the items I found. I'm guessing that corpse is that brat, huh? It's Abe! It's Kakuta. Gotta be. He's a well-built second year, and that torn up research paper in his pocket is a dead giveaway. If it's not Kakuta, who else would it be? Kakuta had been cursed by Kokuri. The curse didn't just end because he ran away. He probably lost his stamina here. We might have a better idea why he came here once we check out his belongings. Let's keep that stuff, Yashiki. Agreed. I offer a silent prayer for his soul and leave the place. I realized something on our way back. Unlike the other victims, Kakuta's corpse didn't disappear. I wonder why. The only possible reason I can come up with is maybe when he passed, he wasn't human any longer. Kakuta had just basically become mushrooms. Even his parents wouldn't recognize him in that state. I wonder what's a better death. Not even leaving behind a corpse, or being completely stripped of all your distinguishing human features. Pretty bad outcomes both ways, Yashiki. Alright, so go that way, we're not doing that. I don't know how much health I'm gonna need for this one though. Mandatory mushroom horror. Okay, go back to the infirmary. Don't jump scare me. Don't jump scare me. Don't jump scare me. Thank you. chapter isn't even all that long. It's just mostly the backtracking. We find ourselves in an open space after passing the gate. It should be the grounds of the shrine. However, there are no remains of buildings to be seen. Have they been completely decayed? Sorry, my mom got a package and Nix wanted to be tough around the mailman. However, there are no remains of any buildings to be seen. Have they been completely decayed? Okay, we want to go over here. Not that. This. Thick bushes and shrubs crowd this area. Hey, Yashiki. Do you see that red thing behind those bushes? I strained my eyes staring at the bushes, but it's too dark for me to see anything. Can't see it. You need new glasses. Come here. Mashida walks towards the bushes as I follow him from behind. With my bright flashlight in hand, we cross the spacious open area. If Kokuri was actually here, we'd be perfect targets. Just thinking about that sends chills down my spine. Look, there it is. There's a red figure laying in the inner area. Hang on a second. Those clumps of red plants are in the shape of a human. Still, this doesn't explain anything about the shrine. Better take a closer look. Mushrooms are growing here in thin red filaments. They look similar to the red mushrooms inside the petri dish. Gemini Home Entertainment time! This has gotta be Fox Licata. That'll get it. Why have they clustered in such a strange shape? Take the small shovel from my bag. My gut's telling me something's buried here. That's enough motivation to start thrusting the shovel into the earth. My shovel hits something hard. Being careful to not break whatever it is, I try and excavate the dirt around it. Gee, I wonder why. Before long, an object becomes visible. Yep. They're old human bones. The bones clad with tattered clothes. Dirt has worked its way through the fiber now, but I believe this used to be white. Who the hell is this poor sod? I don't know, but the white clothes make me think that it could be Mr. Kokuri from the rumors. Akechi said Kokuri's spirit used to be a priest. So this guy here is that priest? We may find out once we get a better look at the skeleton. I crouch next to the corpse and inspect it. From the bone structure, it appears these bones belong to a man. However, they don't really have any special identifying features that would help us, like a missing finger or something. At this time of night, we'd be hard-pressed to cross-check his teeth against dental records, too. Making matters worse, other than the shreds of the former white clothing, there are no belongings to be found.
The fact that his body is buried here might indicate that he was murdered. If so, then his belongings might have been stolen at that time. Who are you? Words full of anxiety and confusion tumble out of my mouth. Deep inside the old school, the dead fox god that looks alive inside the stomach. What was that? A man's voice suddenly echoes through my mind as if he's trying to answer my question. But I believe these murmurs are of his deep resentment. If you listen too carefully, you might get overwhelmed by the regrets of the deceased. We can't stay here any longer, it's dangerous. Let's go, Mashita. I don't think we'll get any useful information here. Nothing? Really? Shit. Suddenly, the sound of a gunshot rings out and reverberates through the shrine grounds. It's got something resembling a hunting rifle in its hands. Is that Mr. Kokuri? Kill hooligan. Mr. Kokuri disappeared. Another gunshot rings out and a bullet hits the ground near our feet, spraying us with dirt. This is bad. This thing does real damage and is trying to shoot at us with it. Hey, Yashiki, don't go out there. Go out there like that. You're wide open. After saying that, Mashita hides behind a nearby tree. I do the same thing and hunker down behind a different tree. The bullet hits somewhere completely off target. The bullet hits a spot near the lantern. This guy's obviously an amateur. I think he's using a hunting rifle, but you can see that the grouping of his shots are very loose. Either that gun's old and hasn't been cleaned, or he's a poor marksman who's been missing the target. As long as we keep a good distance from him, the bullets won't hit us. True, but we shouldn't be careless. He only needs one lucky shot to kill us. What should we do then? I can't see him anywhere. We can't just sit here and wait for him. We'll be dead meat once he gets close enough. Everything is certainly treading very badly for us. Even if we try and make a mad dash for it, the road ahead is straight and narrow. Even a bad shooter with a bad gun is going to be able to hit the target eventually in this kind of situation. What should we do then? We really can't make a move on as long as we don't know where Kokuri is. Hold on. We can't see him right now. I feel like I remember something, but not too sure. Keep calm and think. There must be clues somewhere. I open the petri dish and decide to eat some of the mushrooms that grow on the centipede. Alright, mushroom time! I bite one of the mushrooms sticking off the insect's body and tear it off with force. And then with steely determination I swallow it down. I feel my body getting warm just like I drank a mug of hot water. My heart's beating so fast my vision starts to blur. This is probably the effect of the fox that got it. Hey, you alright, Yashiki? Yeah, I think so. Once my heartbeat returns to normal, I slowly stabilize. My vision stops going blurry and I'm no longer in a daze. Then a mysterious figure appears before my eyes. He's there. I can see Kokuri. This is the right choice. Kokuri hasn't moved an inch. Rest assured, he hasn't come any closer. Wait, what? You can see Kokuri? Yeah, thanks to the red demon. Eat Crimson Devil to see the invisible Kokuri. The female doll mentioned it before. Calling us hooligans, Kokuri aims his gun over in our direction. The bullet hits a tree we're hiding behind. His accuracy's improved. We're pinned down now. One thing's for certain, we can't escape right now. We need to find some way to fight back. Since Mashita can't see Kokuri, the only one who can fight him is me. There's not much I can do to fight back, but I've given it all my all. Doo-doo. Oh, hold on. Doo-doo-doo. I open the suspicious paper bag and take out the gun inside. After all, I'm a complete novice. I don't have any confidence in my ability to shoot a gun. Masha, can you do something to distract Kokuri for a couple seconds? I figured you were gonna ask me to do something like that. I'll do something about it. Believing in Mashida's tactics, I poke my head out and ready my gun. Mashida leaves his cover and shoots into the open space. Kokuri turns towards Mashida. Great job, Mashida! I take aim at Kokuri, who has now stopped moving, breathe deeply, and calmly pull the trigger. Kokuri lets out an eerie howl. Did you get him, Yashiki? I think I hit him. Although, I guess it's more like my bullet just passed through his body. Well, he's a spirit after all. If you could defeat them with guns, no one would come me to investigate. They just get the military. Oh shoot, I'm dead! Holy shoot! This is the first time I've ever gotten a game over! Sure. Okay, well, I know where to get some teeth, so we can fix this. I can speedrun this. I can get some teeth easy, it's fine. That sounds really weird now that I say it. Because you didn't want to get more spirit. I thought I could get by fine without it. I was wrong. Like, if need be, I can load one of my previous saves where I was full on power, so... Where's the tree? Here it is. It's just a scare. These only happen if you go after the teeth. Walk it off.
is it? Oh, it's this one. I went through this chapter so much, I know where a lot of these are. No, there's not one at the Inari Shrine yet, so... Don't scare me. Okay. Nope, I don't need that one. Nope, don't need that one either. That's helpful, but I don't... Okay, that one's what I need. Thank you. Do you any more? Nope. Itterashai. Alright. Back at it again. The thing is, he's like the only ghost that does like 10 damage to you right off the bat. That it was fine. It's because it's strong. Yeah, I can't win against Gun. I'm hitting skip. I don't know why it's not skipping. I'm having to sit here slamming the X button. Because it's letting me skip other things. Hi man, how's it going? I didn't die last time, don't worry about that. It's still not letting me skip this. Okay, Yashiki, time to eat some drugs. I should be okay. Okay, I'm still in it. Oh my god! It's skipping! Why is it skipping now? Why did it suddenly decide to skip the text there? Okay, hold on, where's the log? Kakuru's breathing hard, he seems angry. The closer he gets to us, the more danger we're in. That also makes it easier to shoot him now, but will that really help us? Hey, what are we gonna do? We're running out of time. Oh, I know that already. If we knew how to deal with Kakuru's shots, we might be able to find an opening and escape. Also cool appearance. It was you, cute. Our bullets don't work against Kokuri. We need to create an opening to survive. Sorry, but can you be a decoy once more, Mashida? Fine. Trusting in Mashida, I peek my head out of cover and ready my gun. Mashida does the same and fires a shot in open space. Kokuri turns toward Mashida. Great job, Mashida! Yashiki Mashida would totally prefer to help you out, Ben, so hurry up! I gotta take aim at Kokuri, who has now stopped moving, breathe deeply, and calmly pull the trigger. Kokuri lets out an eerie howl. Nice, that definitely hit. I saw it for a split second. You shot his rifle. Kokuri sounds frustrated and angry. Something must have happened to his rifle. Did our attack jam his rifle? It's now or never. Kokuri can't shoot us. Let's go, Mashida! I know, no need to tell me. Once we reach the path, we beat feet and don't slow down. Is the right choice. The game got mad at me for going through, like, 75% of it without getting the teeth. Mashida and I race out of there as fast as we can. We're running straight for the exit. There's no guarantee that Mr. Kokuri will let us go even if we escape the forest. Like Slipmouth Kashima, he can probably follow us now that he set his sights on us. Want to be careful everywhere going forward. Yay! Kokuri gave you trouble. It's only because he did the 10 damage there when he shot at me. Which didn't even shoot Yashiki in game, it shot near him, but for some reason he took 10 spirit point damage and that took me out. Even so, our only choice right now is to run for our lives. Even if hell is gonna be hot on our heels wherever we go. This sounds really wrong with them just gasping in my ear. Our only goal is survival. I'm sure that Mashida feels the same. Okay, guys. Guys, there's a ghost. There's an extra Yashiki. I guess Yashiki had a heart attack seeing Mashida get hit and dying. Is he still chasing us? My boyfriend got hit, I'm dead. He is not. Looks like we survived the hunt for now. For fuck's sake, we barely escaped that bastard. We better stay out of his goddamn forest for now. Unless you're feeling like being target practice. Mashida looks exhausted and I'm sure I do as well. Let's take this opportunity to head to the infirmary and sort everything out we just learned. Don't scare me. Don't scare me. Come on, don't scare me. Yeah! sigh of relief escapes our lips the moment we step inside the infirmary. I'm lucky seeing these walls again. It's not an exaggeration in the slightest. Time to tell Yasuoka and the others what happened in the forest. I got shot. We talk. Welcome back. Glad to see you're both safe. Yasuoka and Hiro are the only people inside the infirmary. Where's Maruhashi? Oh, she went to the restroom. Alone? She's aware of the dangers the shrine poses now. She's not headed to the forest. She should be fine. Kokuri's not the only threat here, though. The Departed's roaming around the school as well. Although, the Departed only kills their target after issuing a notice, so Maruhashi should be fine. Good thing she's not here, then. I'll give you a quick summary of what happened before she returns. There are things I don't want her to hear. I filled them in on what happened in the forest. I see, so Kokuri's... It's painful to know that a young life has been lost like that. But that does that mean Kakuta was hooligan? More or less. Kakuta stole a document about Fox Sakata. He must have known something about it. Though I find it hard to imagine that he was acting on his own. Fox Sakata is a strong hallucinogen, so it wouldn't surprise me if other people were doing something with it. A strong hallucinogenic, eh? I'd like to study it at the institute. Hiro, no. Maybe a new kind of alkaloid. Very intriguing. Can you give me some of this Fox Sakata to research on once we wrap up this investigation? Cut the crap, Hiro. This thing needs to be in the hands of the government. I'm gonna submit this shit to my friend at the DEA. I'm not having it any other way, got it? Jeez, you're no fun. I'm back! Oh, you're here already. Yeah, you better fill me in too. Tell me about everything. Fine. Leaving out the bits about Kakuta's death, I tell her what happened in the forest. I concoct a story and say I found the paper and the phone lying on the ground. Huh. So Kakuta was in the forest. Why was he there, though? I don't know. I think he got a call. Maybe his phone can tell us something? Unfortunately, it's broken. I tried pressing the button, but... Let me take a look. Maruhashi starts touching the phone screen like it's her own phone. It's not broken. The battery's just dead. Anyone with a phone should have been able to realize this. Jeez, how bad with tech stuff are you, Grandpa? Sorry, you got me there. I have a charger that'll work on this phone at home. Maybe we should try and charge it and then see if we can get something out of it. My home's not far from here. This phone's going to be pretty useless to us with a dead battery. Let's take her up on the offer. Alright, I'll be right back. Maruhashi quickly exits the infirmary. What should we do now? Should we wait until that kid calls us? I object to that course of action. We should resume the investigation. It's for your sake as well, Yashiki. What do you mean by that, Yasuoka? I can tell. You're being targeted by a spirit. Excuse me? Sooner or later, that spirit will find its way to you. If that happens while you're unprepared, you'll meet the same fate as Kakuta. Oh, for fuck's sake, why is everything so... As a renowned fortune teller and spiritualist, Yasuoka's words carry a lot of weight. Well, maybe the clock has stopped with Kakuta's death and we have a little more time than before there was another target. But it turns out this clock is still ticking, and it's counting down for me. What should we do now? I thought I read, let's take this opportunity to I'm sorry too much messing around with you. You had one shot. Yes, you show how much of a big boomer he is. We still don't know exactly who Kokuri is, right? That's something we can research. I have an idea. Remember that case from Kakuta's document? Let's take a look into the murder of the mother and child at Lake S. That's been stuck in my head. How are we gonna investigate that? Have Nakamatsu look it up on the internet for us. He should be at least able to pull up a general summary from it somewhere. And by that, I mean you go and call him up. Wait, why do I have to do it? You know how to use a phone? Just call him yourself. Nah, I don't really like talking to him. We're not really on the same wavelength. So that's your issue? I guess you can't expect a nice otaku and a hard-boiled ex-detective to get along. Looks like I might have to be the one to call Ada. Ada! Hello, Yashiki. What do you want me to look up? Can you look up any information to find on about a murder case of a mother and child at Lake S? It may be connected to our investigation. Jeez, a mother and child being murdered. That sounds awful. I'll try searching. Found something. 10 years ago, a mother and child were beaten to death by a group of delinquents. I'll share the details now. It's pretty long, so you should probably start taking notes. I will put a pen and write down everything Ada says about the murder. Murder of mother and child at Lake S. 10 years ago at Lake S in S City, a family who went camping was attacked by a group of young men. The mother, Izumi Kiyohara, 37, and her daughter, Kozoe Kiyohara, 16, were beaten to death. The father, Masaki Kiyohara, 40, was gravely injured but survived. He was hospitalized for 3 months. Masahaki Kiyohara was a teacher at the school in H City, not far from S City. He continued to work there after the incident, but later disappeared. The crime was committed by 8 juveniles between the ages of 16 and 19. At the time of the crime, they were under the influence of mind-altering substances. Due to their ages, the names of the perpetrators were not disclosed. The narcotic they were taking at the time was believed to be some type of new type of psychedelic mushroom. Of the 8 juveniles who were arrested, Kay, who was allegedly the drug dealer, was released due to insufficient evidence. I knew it! It's horrible. Those violent punks are scarier than spirits. Ada might have a point there. The spirits who curse humans are pretty frightening, but humans are responsible for creating spirits in the first place. The malicious actions of the people cause grudges, and the grudges create spirits. It's a chain of hatred, and one that begins with humans. By the way, Yashiki, I need to get going soon. Oh, you can leave the mansion if you want. Thanks for all your help today, Ada. No problem at all. Talk to you soon, Yashiki. How'd it go, Yashiki? Ada had a lot to share. I shared the details of the murder with the other 3. I see. No wonder it was sticking in my head. Did you work on the case, Mashita? Come on, man, use your brain just a little bit. The case is 10 years old. I wasn't in the force yet. By now, I recall my mentor was the one who told me about it. Nakamatsu pretty much covered the whole thing, though. I don't have any additional information on it to add. Do you think the mushrooms from that case are the Fox Cicada? This case is just full of mushrooms, eh? Can't argue with that. Case involving mushrooms growing from your body, Kakuta being turned into mushrooms, the Fox Cicada and the dead centipede in the petri dish, and now we've learned the tragedy caused by the Fox Cicada 10 years ago. Everything is connected to mushrooms. Boy K, who wasn't prosecuted. Could that have been Kakuta? God damn it, I just told you, the case is 10 years old. There's no way Kakuta's involved back then. Well, it's pretty unlikely for him to have been directly involved. But he knew about Fox Cicada. He reacted to the petri dish and even hid the documents. Everything would tie it up nicely if he turned out to be a mushroom dealer. I imagine we don't have enough information yet. However, the key to discovering Mr. Kokuri's identity is likely a link between the past and present cases. Or so I believe. Guess that's all we're gonna get out of this deduction session. What we need now is some solid evidence. Let's continue the investigation, Yashiki. I don't know where to start, though. We probably won't find anything in the forest or the shrine in the corridor. I have a place in mind. For real? I got some information in the forest that'll lead us to our next spot. It was the voice from the corpse. Right, the voice I heard when inspecting the bones. Deep inside the old school, the dead fox god that looks alive, inside the stomach. That voice told me to go investigate somewhere. Maybe heading to the location they mentioned will help us identify that corpse. And if we can... Sorry, I had a hiccup. And if we can learn about the person who became Mr. Kokuri, we can start devising a plan of attack. Which sounds great, except we're running low on time. Should we really just trust something that I heard from a mysterious voice with so much at stake? Having trouble making a decision. When you're running out of time and you need to make a tough choice, just trust your instinct and hope for the best. You know what's most important when dealing with spirits. Courage and conviction. Thanks for the reminder. I'll go with my gut and act on the information the voice gave me. Let's search for the dead fox god that looks alive in the depths of the old school. Do. How much longer is this chapter here? We are getting near the end of it, okay. Nope, So this is the old building you've all been going on and on about, huh? Place looks downright condemned. Bit odd that this is right in the middle of an active campus. Well, they don't really use it anymore, so they've been neglecting it quite a bit. Not used anymore. When you put it like that, it makes me wonder if this place really is still used 10 years ago. 10 years ago? Oh, the Lake S murder. The victim's husband was a teacher. There's a chance he worked here. But you're thinking the same thing, otherwise you wouldn't come here, right? There's a chance the victim's husband used to be a teacher at Konohara Academy. But I chose to come to this place because that voice told me to. That old school must be referring to the old building. Where's the dead fox god that looks alive, then? Where in the school might the students study living things? The science room! Is that the departed's voice again? What the heck is this place? My body feels heavy. Better find the root of the curse! Right here. Nearest dead insects are lying in the dusty sink. Cursed tooth is rolling around. Found it. This cursed tooth is the cause of all this. Break the thing now. Yeah, okay. Reach my hand in the sink and pick up the tooth. This is bad. I'm getting dizzy. Ah, shit! My hand slips and the tooth falls. It shouldn't be that far away. I've got to find it fast. I think it's over here. Yeah, it's all rolling on the floor. Point my light towards it. Fortunately, it's the cursed tooth I was looking for. Found it. Good thing I didn't go under the desk. Yeah, definitely. Raising my foot, I crushed the tooth. Tooth shatters into pieces. My body feels so much lighter now. Curse-like phenomena plaguing this place has subsided. Yay! It's a large shelf against the wall. Seems like this was used to store lab equipment in the past. There doesn't seem to be anything behind the dusty glass door. Wait, I take that back. Something is sparkling when I shine my flashlight inside. There's a small key on the shelf. There's no tag attached to it. What's this key for? Okay, and we're gonna go... Okay, so I've gotta go back to the infirmary. Just because we've already struggled once in one fight. I'm gonna switch to heat. Oh, God! Yeah, you can laugh! Okay, just laugh. Hold still a cabinet, there's something behind the glass door. Let's take a look. That's a dissection scalpel that was probably used for experiments. Yes, we need that cabin's locked, but I can't open it. I should have the key. Yeah. So it's a small key to the keyhole. Door opens with a delightfully crisp clack. I open the door and find a section scalpel inside. Despite all the dust, the scalpel isn't that rusty. Can probably still cut things. Yay! Need you. There's a stuffed fox specimen on the shelf. A fox god. We definitely need to inspect this carefully. Looking at the creature's features, the stuffed fox is a real one, intended to be used for education. It was probably taxidermied by an artisan. This fox looks alive. It's a shame that such a fine item is sitting and neglected here. The color of the fur is faded. Deep inside the old school, the dead fox god that looks alive. I must be referring to this fox. I need to check what's in the inside of its stomach. Whatever the secrets inside the fox's stomach can shine light on Mr. Kokuri's identity. I get a feeling that something will happen once I figure out what the secret is. If there's anything we haven't done yet, we should finish them before doing this. Should we cut it? Yeah, let's cut it. I get the dirty scalpel from my bag and approach the stuffed fox. I press the tip of the scalpel into the fox's belly. And then I slice it open. The fox's stomach is gaping. Ugh. A swarm of tiny bugs pours out of the fox's stomach. Given all of the foxes, I should have expected something like this, but even still, I can't help but being disgusted. Brushing away the bugs, I stick my hand inside the stomach cavity. This is... What'd you find? This thing. I show Hiro the plastic square I found. Isn't that a floppy disk? You know what this is, right, Yashiki? I'm just asking to be sure. It's the thing you save data on a computer, isn't it? Correct. If you have a computer with a floppy drive, we should be able to see what the data on the disk. Computer, huh? Now I think about it, I remember seeing a laptop in the faculty room. Better hurry if you have an idea on where it is. We need to gather as much information as possible before Mr. Kokuri shows up. It's time! Jesus. I've departed. Hey there. A floppy disk in 2024! Hiro's voice starts to crack due to fear. No matter how much I try to prepare myself, I always freeze up before the departed. I can't even speak, much less move. My dear husband. Kokuri's resentment killed Hooligan. My dear husband, Kokuri's resentment killed Hooligan. You are next. He is already here. Should you survive, you will become my real husband. You're next. He's already here. Should you survive, you will become my real husband. But you can't save this soul as you are now. You will die here. Tonight. The departed is gone. What did they mean? I can't save this soul? Hey, Yashiki. Did they just say something? Yeah. I tell Hiro what the departed just told me. I don't get it. But he is coming. Did they mean... Exactly. We can't run from here until we deal with Mr. Kokuri. Do you really think we're ready to do that? They just said you couldn't save the soul now, right? The current me can't save the spirit soul. This is just another hunch, but is it because I'm lacking key information I need? If that's the case, there's no way I can save the spirit. What do I still need? This floppy disk might be the key. I need to see what's on it immediately. It'll all be alright, right? They're just spouting a bunch of nonsense to get you worked up. Hiro raises her voice frantically. I don't have a response right now. What should I do? We walk towards the door, trying to leave the science room. However, greeted with a vision of a decaying body covered with mushrooms wearing a mask resembling a beast skull. The hideous-looking Kokuri is standing right there before my eyes. What should we do? I can't guarantee that we're fully prepared to fight Kokuri. I want to run, but the door is blocked and we don't have another way out. What should we do then? At that moment, Kokuri lets out a terrifying scream. My entire body is racked with crippling pain. What is this pain? Those mushrooms? I hear the unpleasant sound of something growing for the second time. Hiro screams, clutching their neck and crouching down. My neck! Looks like the mushrooms have started invading Hiro's body as well. Which reminds me of the same mushroom curse that affected Maruhashi. So then... if the mushrooms infest our whole bodies, what awaits us is death. Kokuri simply stares at us in silence. Is he trying to kill us with the curse? He's not showing any signs of readying his gun. What does he want to do? Oh. Hi, sweetie. Can I help you? Yeah. You're very cute. Let's relax for now, okay? I'm trying to fight ghosts. Who? Does he want us to say our names or what? Hiro, this we want. This. Information regarding the Lake S incident mentioned in the Fox Sakata note. I've also obtained the name of the victims thanks to Ada. Using that as a foundation, I tell Hiro to tell whose name we give to Kokuri. Kokuri, your name is probably Masaki Kiyohara. Kokuri seems to accept this answer. Oh, is he responding to us? Kokuri stays still for a moment. I guess he really is Kiyohara. Assuming the science teacher who was investigating the Fox Sakata was the victim of Lake S incident. And that the mushrooms and the culprit behind the incidents were hooligans. That aligns with Kokuri's fixations. You didn't say Yashiki thought that from the very beginning. Therefore, the victim of that incident, Kiyohara, is a natural choice for Kokuri. This was the right choice. Kokuri looks at us in silence. What was that question just now? What does he want to do? No idea. Feels like he's testing us right now. Kokuri suddenly lets out a shriek. The mask then falls off, revealing a hideous, decaying face. Kokuri glares at us and growls. I feel dizzy, my arm's hurting really bad. Ugh. It's messing with my arm now. Oh no, this is bad. He's totally gonna kill us. I have no idea what Kokuri's real intention is, but we're gonna be killed at this rate. Me when I wake up earlier than planned! What should we do? Who? Worst. Hooligan. Does he want us to give him the name again? I get the feeling that a wrong answer here is going to get us killed. We need to really think this over. Hiro, Petri dish, Student K. Hiro tries to recall the name of the student, the hooligan who was involved in the Fox Sakata inside this Petri dish. Kokuri, the one you hate is Student K. Kokuri's breeze become more shallow. He seems satisfied with that answer. Assuming Kokuri is Kiyohara, he lost his family to a bunch of delinquents at Lake S incident. The culprits were under the influence of Fox Sakata, which was sold by Student K. Making things worse, Student K wasn't arrested. He was basically the root cause of all Kokuri's problems. This is the right choice. Kokuri lets out an eerie howl. And then he slowly vanishes into thin air. In a flash, the pain disappears as quickly as it came. The strange objects covering my head and arm have also disappeared. Is it over? What was that sound? Upon hearing the eerie scream, I've started to feel dizzy. Is Kokuri attacking us again, Yashiki? What's happening? Kokuri should have disappeared. Why is he here again? Is he smiling? Or is he suffering? My dizziness is getting worse. What's wrong, Yashiki? Hiro's scream sounds so distant. My consciousness is fading as a curtain of darkness descends upon me. Right, this voice is... it's the departed. I hear a sound. The same disgusting sound as before. Is Kokuri being devoured? But why? My dear husband, you were supposed to die here. But you resisted fate, stood against fear. Now I am convinced. You are my real husband. Take a look. Before my eyes, the departed transforms. Their head splits open, reveling in their new form, even more hideous than the last. This is a really weird design coming up. They have very weird designs. Their souls combine, take off my old clothes, and put on new clothes. Hello. You've returned back into the room. Have you come to lay down? Okay. Let's take a nap, Luna, okay? Good girl. I want to be beautiful, more beautiful than the others. We will exchange vows later. Please wait, dear husband. I'm sure this will go well for me. Ugh. I'm stricken with a massive headache and my feet falter beneath me. What in the world is happening? Huh. What is that thing? The lights are supposed to be off, yet they emit a dim light. A red light. Ugh. Hiro's collapsed on the ground. While Hiro has lost consciousness, there aren't any physical injuries that I can find. Hey, Hiro, you okay? I grab Hiro by the shoulders and give a firm shake. Yashiki. I help Hiro off the floor. Thank you. What's the light? This Mr. Kokuri's doing? I have no idea. Hiro, can you recall anything? Me? I can't remember a thing. I lost consciousness the moment Kokuri started behaving oddly. That reminds me, where is Mr. Kokuri? He's not here. Did you do something to him? No. The one who killed Mr. Kokuri is... The sight I witnessed when I was on the brink of fainting. The departed devoured Mr. Kokuri, and then their body underwent a horrible transformation. What's wrong? No, it's nothing. I don't really know anything either, but I'm still coming to my senses too. I doubt that telling Hiro about that bizarre scene is going to clear anything up. Let's return to the infirmary. Maybe Yasuo can give me some answers. Let's go, Hiro. We are not doing that. Both of us leave the science room. Oh, even the hallway's red now. Is this going over the entirety of the old building? Let's head back to the new building before anything else bad happens. I can feel someone's gaze on me. I'm getting deja vu for some reason. The female doll is standing in the darkness. Her damaged face has been fixed. How can that be? Why did her appearance change in addition to the departed's? I have to share it. Her words are clearer than before. Kokuri's resentment still lingering. Kokuri not forgive those possessed by demons. Return red demons where they belong. The female doll then disappears in the darkness. Kokuri's resentment is still lingering? I can't immediately refute that. If Mr. Kokuri had been devoured by the departed before his soul was saved, perhaps the lingering resentment will still bang its fangs at the living. So this is the first ghost we can't save. If that's true, then its target still is... Hey, Yashiki! Why'd you just stop all of a sudden? New building's right up ahead. Okay. There's something I can do to save Mr. Kokuri. I wonder what she means by return the red demons to where they belong. We're not done here yet, Hiro. Get the freak out of my way. I presume if you return, you get a bad end. If we return, Hiro dies. Hiro will explode, literally. She has mushrooms bursting out of her and she will pop like a zit. Wow. We return to the grounds for the shrine once again. Hey, why'd we come here? Do we get a CG of that? We do? I didn't get it on this run, but hold on a second. Just a second. Wow, really? No one has shared the bad end CG with that? I've seen a picture of it. I went to Steam to look it up because a lot of people posted ones of that, and I'm surprised no one posted that. Here, hold on. I can get one real quick for it. It'll be just a second. This is chapter 5. Here we go. Okay, thanks to this one guy called Just One Gamer for this. um, do that. Here we go. Hey, why do we have to come here? I have something to tell Mr. Kokuri. Huh? Just wait here, hero. Pretty tame. Yeah, it's pretty tame. I has bad end in the first chapter. It's more sexualized than anything. It's not even a scary death. It's just like, was this really needed? Shows has him kind of being consumed by mold, which is like, oh, I feel kind of bad for him, still pretty tame, all things considered, so. Head towards the inner area of the grounds by myself. Mr. Masaki Kiyohara's corpse is resting there. A man whose life and family were ruined by Fox the Kata. To add insult to mortal injury, these mushrooms are growing on his corpse, as if mocking his tragedy. Return the red demons to where they belong. If red demons are referring to the Fox the Kata, there's no other place they belong more than right here. Take a look at this, Kiyohara. I take out the creepy petri dish from my bag, and then I throw it into the nearby bush. That should be enough, right? What'd you do? You threw out the petri dish. Huh, but why? Fox the Kata wasn't supposed to be taken outside this forest. That's what Mr. Kokuri wants. But Fox the Kata is such an amazing plant. If we just research it, we might be able to develop a new medicine. Spirits don't really accept that kind of nuance. Mr. Kokuri views everyone who takes Fox the Kata from the forest as hooligans. You know how all these hooligans met their end, right? If you're prepared for potential consequences, it's all yours. Hero's complexion turns a paler shade of white. With her crippling fear of spirits, it should give her more than enough reason to change her mind. Fine, I get it. Damn it, that's a massive disappointment. I've been thinking about getting those mushrooms back to the lab ever since we found them. I mean, Hero, if you want to die, go nuts. You hear that, Kiyohara? I report your case to the cops once everything's settled, so you should rest peacefully until then. Okay, now we go back. So, we need to go... Yeah, we're still not going back to the infirmary yet. Hiro, please. She's only gonna be with us a little longer. That's it. Why are you panting so much when we're jogging?
way. What on earth is this? Toilets are flushing, the piano's playing. Who would have thought the paranormal phenomena would occur in the new building as well? This is the first time I witnessed a spirit operating as strongly and brazenly as this. Don't tell me the special building's also... Hurry up, Yashiki! Not yet, we're gonna go to the faculty room. Special building is as peaceful as ever. The lights haven't turned red like the ones in the other building. We should be safe for now. What was that phenomena anyway? I've got an idea, though it's just a hunch. Both the female doll and Konohara Academy changed once the party transformed. That can't be a mere coincidence. Oh, that's right. We've got to check out the floppy disk before going to Yasuoka. We don't know that Mr. Kokuri's gone for good, so I'd like to gather all the info we can just in case. You have a point. We do still have some unsolved mysteries regarding Mr. Kokuri. Not to mention the old doll. The doll said that his resentment is still lingering. And if that's true, our lives will be at risk until that resentment has been placated. All that stuff concerning the departed and the red lights are certainly worrisome, but we better focus on Mr. Kokuri as the intimate threat. Got it. Let's go to the faculty room. Faculty room's empty at this time of night. Need to find the laptop quickly. It is right here.
Yoshi.
There's a laptop on the desk. We can check the data on the floppy disk with this. You do the work, Hiro. This isn't my cup of tea. Alright, I got it. Hiro turns on the laptop, then inserts the floppy disk. I see. They're documents from 10 years ago. These files predate the operating systems with a GUI. These go back to the days of command lines. Files themselves should be readable by modern word processing software, I hope. Hiro may as well be speaking a foreign language. I don't understand a thing they said. After a while, some text finally appears on the screen. I'm writing this here just in case. I summoned Kei to the forest. Kei is Mitsuru Kuramine. He's a hooligan. He'll probably bring his gang of thugs with him. So I've decided to bring my hunting rifle. I've become a demon, both physically and mentally. The next fox demon of this cursed forest. I'll terrorize them and kill every single one of them. Even if I die or sacrifice my soul, I shall destroy my enemies. Masaki Kiyohara. Isn't that pretty much a farewell note? This Masaki Kiyohara person. He's probably our Mr. Kokuri. Adding Kiyohara's note to the other information we have thus far, we can see the whole story. 10 years ago, Kiyohara's wife and child were murdered by delinquents at Lake S. Yashiki Boomer! Those boys were junkies, addicted to Fox Licata, and the one who sold them was hooligan Kei. Kei was Kuramine, a delinquent from Konohara Academy. After learning of his identity, Kiyohara summoned Kuramine and his friends to the forest with the intention of getting revenge. And at that moment, he became the fox demon of the cursed forest. Wearing white clothing, complete with a fox mask, he copied how Mr. Kokuri looked. He probably saw something in himself in the spirit that killed hooligans that disgraced the shrine. However, he never got his revenge. Kuramine and his friends killed him and buried him in the forest. That skeletal corpse was Kiyohara. His resentment still lingered on even after his death. Thus, his regret became a spirit. Oddly enough, a spirit that looked like Mr. Kokuri. And that is how his revenge began claiming hooligans addicted to Fox Licata. One of them being Kakuta. I guess we've learned enough. Let's report this to Yasuoka and the others in the infirmary.
We should share the information. Gosh, this is a long chapter.
Welcome back, you two. Mind telling us what happened out there?
Tell them what happened. Yeah, tell them the events that have happened up to this point, including the moment where the devoured Mr. Kokuri and transformed. A sight that only I could see. A sight that I wish was merely a hallucination.
What? The spirit transformed after devouring another spirit. I've never heard of such a thing before. What a monster.
It doesn't make any sense. Don't scare me like that. 3 mark bears all take this news differently. Shocked and confused. Honestly, I feel all their emotions.
What if this transformation made them stronger? That explained the red lights from earlier.
Does that mean things have taken a turn for the worst?
Most likely. Wonder what they're planning now that they've gained the power and transformed. More terrifying things may be in store. Awful.
A heavy silence falls over the infirmary. The departed has grown stronger, and there's nothing we can do about it. Our sense of fear grows alongside the sense of powerlessness that we feel. The phone on the desk is ringing. I should answer it.
Hello? It's Maruhashi. I've charged Kakuta's phone. Have you checked what's on it?
Of course. I'll tell you what it says now, so you're better at taking notes. I prepare to write down the contents of Kakuta's phone as Maruhashi relays it to me. Contents of Kakuta's phone. There's a series of messages from MK. MK entrusted Kakuta to manage the Fox Cicada in the forest, but when their secret was about to be exposed, he told Kakuta to dispose of them. He threatened to tell word of Kakuta's assault if Kakuta betrayed him. Kakuta reluctantly agreed to help. MK didn't send any messages after 2 weeks, until today, when Kakuta got 2 new messages from him. However, the text was too garbled to decipher. MK. I recall the time I saw Kakuta in the storage room. He murmured something while looking at his phone. I was summoned. I have to go, or else I'll be killed. MK. It's pretty clear that he was acting under MK's direction. That Kakuta's a pretty messed up kid for someone who's on the disciplinary committee. Kakuta didn't have anything to do with Leget's incident. However, he got himself mixed up with Fox Cicada because of MK's blackmail. And that's how he met his end. Mr. Gokuri, Kiyohara won't forgive anyone who's addicted to Fox Cicada. Thanks, Maruhashi. I was just repaying my debt since I caused you trouble before, alright? I'm hanging up now. Say hi to Miss Yasuoka for me. That was the girl, right? What'd she say? Tell the others everything Maruhashi told me. Hey, MK. You think they're the person named K mentioned in the letter, the Lake S murder case? I do. In Kiyohara's farewell note, K's full name was Mitsuru Kuramine, which means that K from Lake K. The Lake S case has the initials MK. It's pretty likely to fit him. Also being the MK messaging Kakuta. Kuramine continued to gather Fox Cicada secretly even after the Lake K incident. He exploited Kakuta's weakness and had him watch over his crops. What's with the frown, Mashita? I knew it. I know Mitsuru Kuramine. That jogged my memory. After 10 years, though? So, is he a criminal you've arrested in the past? No, the opposite. Mitsuru Kuramine is a cop. He's a career bureaucrat in the Metropolitan Police Department. His pops is in the top brass, so he joined the cops because everyone expected they'd follow in his pops' footsteps. Wait a minute. He wasn't prosecuted, but Kuramine's still a suspect in the Lake S case. And he's still selling Fox Cicada. How is that possible for a fiend like that? can still be a cop. Cops are just people. There's saints and fiends in every group of people. Doctors, teachers, military, cops. And like I said earlier, his daddy's top brass. Sweeping a case like this under the rug would take some effort, but his pops is so high up, he could definitely take good care of it. Oh, damn. Are you serious? So he escaped punishment for like S and now he's blackmailing students to do his dirty work even now? What a shameless scumbag. That's exactly the kind of guy Kuromine is. A selfish asshole who'd stoop to anything so long as it gave him even the slightest benefit. In addition, Kiyohara's spirit was unable to find peace due to that miscreant. How unforgivable. Is there anything more we can do, Mashida? Nope, it's out of our hands. No matter what evidence we'll find, we'll never be able to take him to trial. What do you mean by that? Kuromine is already dead. What? I remember reading about it in the newspaper about half a month ago. He died while relaxing in a lake. Accidental death, they say. And that lake he was relaxing at? You guessed it. Lake S. What a coincidence. Or maybe it wasn't a coincidence at all. For an arrogant, entitled man with power like Kuromine, the deceased must have seemed as powerless as the living. To him, spirits were just another made-up construct of morals and dignity that he could disregard. That's why he could kill so easily. Wife and child Kiyohara killed him. But for those like us, we know the grudges of the dead aren't just some ghost stories. The deceased are not powerless. That concludes our investigation for the night. Not everything's cleared up. There's some mysteries that remain unsolved. But there's no one left who can resolve those mysteries. Both Kakuta and Kuromine are dead. I start getting ready to leave the school, though I'm still feeling uneasy for some reason. Welcome back, Yashiki. Did you lock the door? Yeah. Did they force you to work as a janitor, too? You're putting way too much effort into this. Hey, we can't let people loiter inside the school, or the number of victims is gonna increase. As soon as the words leave my mouth, I feel how empty they are. Hiro and Mashida are the only ones in the infirmary. There's no sign of Yasuoka. Where's Yasuoka? I called the taxi and sent her home. I mean, this is usually bedtime for geezers, right? She's way too energetic for her age. You're really rude, you know that? If I hear you're being charged with harassment, I'm totally gonna believe you're guilty. I've never harassed anyone in my life. Should we head home now, too? I'll drive you both to the station as thanks. I meant to save, but that's okay. After checking whether or not the door is locked, we leave the special building, and then we head to the main gate. For now, there's nothing we can really do about the red lights in the school. If it really is the spirit's doing, everything should be back to normal once the sun rises. Should be back to normal. By the way, Yashiki, give me back my paper bag. You can keep it if you like it so much, though. No, I do not want this. Just give it back. You can take it. Why would I want such a dangerous thing anyway? I take the gun from the paper bag and hand it back to Mashita. Thing is, if I actually did have it on one of my playthroughs, I selected to keep it first just to see out of curiosity. He threatened to arrest me. I'm like, I'm so sorry, man. Here, take it. Lost the bag. What in the world are you doing now? I just want to get home already. We're just leaving. Who knows, maybe Mashida shows his love by sharing guns with people. He really does care. My car slowly leaves the school and head towards M-Town Tower Station. I should be able to catch the last train. Say, Yashiki. Motioned him remembers in the passenger seat, his eyes fixed on the scenery outside. I glanced at him, indirectly telling him to continue. Aviro proposed to Yashiki with a gun-shaped ring. He must be tired. His complexion looks a lot darker than usual. Kakuta went to the Fox Forest this evening. He got an order from MK, Kuramine. Yeah, he did. Don't you find that weird? Now that he mentions it, something about it doesn't feel right. Kuramine is dead! How'd he get a call from him? The thought gets stuck in my mind. What's wrong with it? Yeah! Say much. The message itself? So you picked up on it too, huh? Of course. Kuramine died half a month ago. It'd be impossible that he's the one that sent the message. So there's a chance that MK isn't Kuramine. The previous messages before Kuramine's death must be him. But the messages he got today were strange, even the fact that the text was garbled. In the first place, how could Kakuta even read that message when it was garbled? Everything's just so confusing. Hey. Masaki Kiyoharu! Actually, there is another character that has MK, but I don't know if you've picked up on it. Hiro, who's sitting in the back seat, cuts in. Can you give it a rest already? This case is solved. Oh, I see where Hiro dies, yeah. I feel sorry for Kakuta, but what's done is done. But let's be grateful we managed to survive tonight. Just focus on what you have to do, or else you'll go insane. Oh, Hiro. My job is dissecting animals, you see? There are times when I feel depressed after thinking about the value of life and the animals I had to kill. I can't even pretend that all the testing I've done is in the pursuit of science and the betterment of society. I'm not good at fooling people. I take a glance at the rearview mirror. Her smile looks somewhat self-deprecating. Do you know why I continue to do my job? Because I realize that's just how life works, and I gotta do what I need to do. We're not gods, we're not rulers, we can't save everyone, we can just change the world. But still... Oh, really? So you believe you can be a god, huh? That's an amusing level of delusion for someone who's your age. No, you can still wish for a better world, though, Hiro. Michio Kinokawa? I did think of her at first. I will say nothing. I drop off Mashita and Hiro at the M Tower station. Then I drive through the night, heading towards Kuja Mansion. So I am right. I say nothing. I arrive at the mansion. The phone rings. I can't even relax. Who's calling late at night? Hello? It's Kinukawa. Sorry for calling so late. What's wrong? I can't stop thinking about Mr. Kokuri's case. Are you alright? I survived at least. But Kakuta's dead. The Karate Man? Yeah, I failed again. Speak of the devil! Oh, hold on a sec. Sorry, it's just too much. Oh, jeez, I dropped the remote. It's too much of a coincidence. It's fine, but I'm trying not to give away spoilers or anything either. I shared the night's events with Michiho. Then I realized I shouldn't talk about it with a student even though she's trying to help me. However, my mouth starts going before I can think about it, and it'd be more trouble to stop talking once I've started. It's okay. I'm trying to leave it where it'll get you. Maybe I'm just too exhausted to care.
Oh, I see. I get why you're blaming yourself, but it's not your fault. It's the Departed's. We need to put a stop to the Departed quickly. We'll help you figure out who it is.
Why? Why are you still helping me after everything terrible you've gone through? Was it really just curiosity?
At first, yeah, but now I'm doing it because I don't want you to die. You saved our lives, and you understand our curse. That made us both so happy, because we didn't think we'd ever have the guts to tell anyone about it again.
Ichio.
Remember this, Mr. Yashiki. You're not just a teacher to both Hime and I. You're our precious teacher.
Me, their precious teacher. Never expected anyone to call me that when I'd been told I'd have to fill in as a temporary teacher. Should feel some kind of pride over it. But it triggered a memory of something Mashita told me. Excuse me! What you should do is start looking at everyone around you as a potential suspect.
Are you listening, Mr. Yashiki?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was spacing out a little bit. I guess I'm just exhausted from the night.
Well, that's natural. Sorry for taking up your time. Have some rest. Good night.
Suspect everyone, huh? That's tough to do. The night goes on, yet I can't bring myself to go to sleep. I'm afraid to close my eyes, no, afraid to even turn off the lights. My eyes flit over to the window, displaying the moonlit night outside, triggering a memory from earlier tonight. The departed was roaming about with their new body. I recall what they said, and now I'm convinced that you're my real husband. All these incidents must have been some sort of test to see if I'm worthy of being their husband. And it seems that those tests have ended tonight. The departed acknowledge me as their real husband. The ending that the departed desires. I feel like that day is fast approaching when I'll be asked to exchange vows at the school grounds, all lit in red. Oof, that was a long chapter. That took almost 2.5 hours. Jeez. Oh, okay, this one is actually a fairly decent length for the one coming up. Oh. Okay, that is the extra chapter. We're not doing that. Oof. So, we can take a break now if you want. It might actually take 2 more streams to get the last one, depending on how long these go. If there's a lot of running around. It shouldn't be, but... So we can take a break here if you want, because it's been 2.5 hours, or we can go a little bit more into chapter 6. I am fine either way. Little bit more, please. That is perfectly fine. Sorry, Robin was showing me a picture at the grocery store. I guess they just labeled all their baked goods as French bread. The following day at Kuja Mansion. Moshi mosh. Eira Nakamatsu here.
Oh, hi. Thanks for your help last night. What do you want? Actually, Miss Yasuoka called me this morning to tell me something. The Departed's figure is getting darker and darker each day. You should back away from this now. Oh. Coming from a spiritualist like Yasuoka, those words carry some serious weight. No wonder he's scared. Ada's information has been had been a really great help, but with all the people we've lost on this case, there's just no way I can try and talk him into risking his life to help me out. I got it. You were a great help. Thanks for all the work you did for me. Oh, I'll get back to teaching you how to work on a computer once this case is all done. We'll start with internet use. That'll be something nice for you to look forward to, Yashiki? Yeah, thanks. This is fine. I leave the mansion and head to Konohara Academy. I have to report last night's events to Mr. Konoe. Okay, now here I really have to make sure I get the choices right, otherwise we will not get the true end. I enter the special building and walk towards the infirmary. As usual, there's nobody inside. I better go to the faculty room. Mr. Konoe is waiting for me. Since afternoon classes are still in session, the faculty room looks emptier than usual. Mr. Konoe, who's sitting in the back of the room, notices my arrival. Ah, you're here, Yashiki. His voice sounds weak, and for some reason his complexion doesn't look so good. Are you alright? I assume you're inquiring about my physical condition? No, I am not well. I've been feeling lethargic and sluggish all morning. Perhaps the ravages of stress are taking a toll on my body. But that's enough about me. I heard you received a notice yesterday. How did the investigation go? Well, we lost another one, Chief. I give him a detailed report about the Mr. Kokuri case from beginning to end. The sour expression on his face as he listens to me recounting the events last night tells me all I need to know. Goodness gracious. First Izumi, then Horikoshi, now Kakura. 3 students have gone missing under my watch. And yet again, you failed to protect the targeted student. Apologize. Why are you apologizing to me? The students and their parents are the ones who you should be apologizing to. Mr. Konoe, you can fire me if you'd like. But how would you stop the Departed then? Mr. Konoe falls silent at my words. You're right. No matter how many valid complaints I have, it doesn't change the fact that you're the only hope I have in rectifying the situation. I let out an over-exaggerated sigh. I understand the situation he's in, plus what else can I do other than threaten him to stop bothering me? However, one more victim and you'll be dismissed. Sakamoto's backed me into my corner. She's suspicious of you, especially in regards to Dorio and Kinokawa. But she's misunderstanding the situation. Your last chance, understood. Yeah. Good, that's all from me then. Don't let me down, Yashiki. I leave the faculty room, feeling Mr. Konoe still staring daggers in my back. Honestly, I couldn't care less if Mr. Konoe and Sakamoto suspect me. If I get kicked off campus, I won't be able to investigate. And I know I'm the only one who can pursue the Departed and put this to an end. I can't afford to make any more mistakes. Chime sounds over the speakers. Looks like class is over already. What do I do now? I really want to start doing some investigating, but I have no idea where to start. The Departed, who's still hiding in Konohara Academy, is playing their cards well. There doesn't seem to be any clues left. If I have to pick one spot that still has some ties to them, the clock tower seems to be a prime spot. During summer vacation, Dorio and Michio saw the female doll in the red dress there. At that moment, their bodies were inflicted with a curse. If the Departed was the one who caused it, then the tower is still probably connected with them. There might be something in there. Maybe I can get some more info if I talk to her. Should I go visit her? Dorio was standing near the window when I entered the student council room. Sorry, answering a message. She notices my presence right away and turns towards me. Ah, so you're here today. I heard about Kakuta from Michio. Yeah, it was really unfortunate. Say, Dorio, there's something I want to ask you about the clock tower. That reminds me, I haven't told you about it yet. About what? I actually went to the clock tower during lunch break yesterday. What? You shouldn't be taking risks like that. Spirits don't show up during the day, so it's fine. I didn't go inside though. The door wouldn't open. That's weird. Did someone lock it? That's unlikely. The key to the clock tower is missing. Nobody's been able to enter the clock tower right now. But it opened at night. Was that just the part it's doing? Probably. Looks like we can't investigate the clock tower just yet. About that clock tower. One time, the clock tower doll I saw made the school newspaper. I was skimming through the school's newspapers this morning, hoping to get some information about the departed. And then I found an article about the female doll. Mr. Konoe told me the school's historical records were lost due to war damage, but for it to have been buried in the school's newspaper archives. Aren't you squeamish when it comes to horror stories and the likes? What made you do that? Oh, I just wanted to be of some help. Thanks for your help. No problem. Glad to be able to hear that from you. Can you tell me the details of the rumor? Yes. There was a rumor going around Konehara Academy. Okay, just making sure. Okay, so choose that, choose this one. Okay. "60 years ago, the first headmaster built the clock tower to commemorate the school's 10th anniversary. A stylish stone clock tower that stood tall in the remote countryside of Konoehara. Many students were wondering what's inside the tower was like. Overcome with curiosity, some eventually snuck into the tower. What they saw inside the tower was the first headmaster's collection. There were a lot of antiques, but an item caught the attention of most of the people was a doll wearing a red wedding dress that lay on the stone altar. Rumors of the doll spread in no time, because everyone was interested in its origin. However, the first headmaster had already passed away by the time, so he was unable to answer those burning questions. With nobody to tell the truth, wild speculation regarding the doll ran unchecked. The first headmaster, who'd always been fond of antique goods, had bought that doll from a European family. It's a cursed doll that was modeled after young girls who became sacrifices. The first headmaster had craftsmen make the doll to enshrine the deities of Konoehara. It's a doll made to calm the soul of a student who lost their fiancé and committed suicide." Wow, what a blush! No defined answer was ever found because there was no one around who knew the truth. In the end, everyone forgot the doll in the clock tower once the war broke out. This made me think of Mary, yeah. And that was the rumor featured in the school's newspaper. It's truly an interesting story, but the rumor has so many variations regarding the origin of the doll. Which one is the truth, if any? Right, let me confirm one thing. Are there any rumors about the doll moving? Nope, not at all. Okay. There are people who have seen the female doll, but not when she's moving. I'm guessing I'm the only one who witnessed it. I gotta go soon. Thanks, Dorio. Hope that information can help you in some way. I have to head out as well. The teachers told us not to stay at school. Say goodbye to Dorio and leave the students in the student council room. Okay, we might actually get through this chapter pretty quickly because I'm already most of the way through this list of the choices I have to make. And a lot of these are also the Lost Souls ones I can skip over. Okay. Go here. When I entered the faculty room for the second time, I see Sakamoto inside. Still plaguing our school, are you, Mr. Yashiki? Hello to you too! I asked Mr. Konoe to do away with you, though. Oh, don't worry, he heard you. He told me that I'll be dismissed if I make another mistake. That Konoe is far too lenient. If an incident occurs, it'll be too late. We need to deal with this problem quickly. By problem, are you referring to the Dorio and Kinukawa thing? Good to know you understand it yourself. I don't know what kind of nonsense you've been coerced into that school of yours, but I assure you there's nothing going on. I have no intention of doing anything untowards any of the students. And yet, an incident can still occur even without a teacher having such intentions. Just like in Mr. Hirose, the art teacher Sakamoto told me about when investigating the slit-mouthed Kashima. Both Kashima and Manabe had a crush on him, which spiraled into tragic consequences. I've warned Dorio and Kinukawa to not get close to you, but seeing them defend you so fervently, the situation's getting dangerous. That's what my intuition as a woman is telling me. So Sakamoto tried Dorio and Michio because she believes in her intuition. Try to convince her. Hold on, there's a reason why both of them are defending me. Among all the teachers, I'm the only one who's taken their concerns seriously in pursuing the departed. This departed nonsense again, really? You really think you have a carte blanche to do anything just because you're investigating the departed? Takai, Izumi, Horikoshi, and Kakura. 4 Konohara students who have mysteriously disappeared in a short period of time. I'm sure you realize how unnatural this looks, don't you? I'm not asking you to believe in spirits. But you need to understand that I'm not the only adult here who's trying to do something about those students' disappearances. Mr. Yashiki. And they're just trying to help me. They just want to bring peace and normality back to the school, and they're trying to help in whatever way they can. That's all that's going on. Sakamoto leaves the faculty room without saying anything. Okay. So now we need to go here. Still some time left till students go home. Let's go to the special building. Maybe I can talk to someone there. Wait, really? I said to go here and talk with someone. There's no one in here. What the freak? I think they mean library. They put infirmary. Yeah, they mean library. No, they don't. That's a girl. That's not a catchy. When I step into the library, I find a girl whose appearance clashes with the place. Sup? Kakuta didn't come to school today. You know anything about it? Sorry, no idea. There's no way I can tell Maruhashi about Kakuta's death. What are you doing here? I'm just chilling here. I got no place to go. Not after I learned how terrifying the corridor was. Then you should just go home. Didn't the teacher say not to hang around after class? Who knows, maybe something weird will happen to you again. Ugh, stop acting like a teacher. Don't freak me out like that. I was just about to go home anyway. My body just feels really heavy somehow today. You gonna stay until night again? If you do, be careful. I have a bad feeling. Say goodbye to Maruhashi, leave the library. Goodbye, Maruhashi! Oh, there it goes. School will be closing shortly. Please vacate the area. Get the freak out of Dodge. Time for the students to leave school. Head back to the infirmary and try and come up with some strategy for tonight. Yeah, I think they have their things off here. Maruhashi's a good girl. She's nice! I like Maruhashi. I completely get that. I was that kind of kid that would just hang out in quiet spots because I didn't really have a whole lot of friends. So I completely get her reasoning. I have nothing wrong with her. Welcome back, Mr. Yashigi. Hi, Kechi. What are you doing here, Abe? School ended a while ago. You better go home now. Goodness, that is too much. I'm not asking for grand What is with you in big words? Gesticulations of friendship. But it wouldn't hurt you to be a tad bit kinder, you know. After all, I have come all the way here to provide you information regarding the departed. Come again? With the lack of a notice and no new pertinent information, it's pretty desperate.
Let's give him a listen for now. Alright, what you got? Give me the deets. I'm listening, tell me more. Before we get to the meat of my report, there's something I'd like to tell you. This will be my final act of assistance. Thank God he's leaving! I shall cease in pursuing the departed after this. Oh really? What's with the sudden decision? I saw something with my left eye. I witnessed my own tragic end, assaulted by a terrifying demon with numerous legs. A demon with numerous legs? I assume he must be referring to some kind of bug. He's gonna be killed by a cockroach. If you want to deride me for my cowardice, feel free to do so. You're a coward. There, I'm great. But I won't die if I abandon my pursuit now. My master also warned me to do so. I'm not going to laugh at you. I will. You've made a wise decision. However, it seems that you've not been afforded the same option. You cannot run from the departed any longer. This is where my parting gift to you as to take another step... another parting gift to you as you take another step closer to death. The departed, a name we learned through the notices. However, the sinister name has existed since long before we had heard of it. Hundreds of years ago, before Konohara Academy was even founded, a dark incident occurred in these lands. There was a small village called M-Town near Konohara. At some point, the residents of M-Town succumbed to an unknown disease one by one. In the end, the village was destroyed and the incident was forgotten. But one of the residents said this before they died. This is the departed's wrath. This is the most valuable information I've ever found. That's some interesting information. Where did you learn it? From the former headmaster. He liked to study the school's history during his spare time. When the first notice arrived, I went to him and asked him if he knew anything. So he told you about the departed's wrath. Yes, it sounded like mere ghost story to him more than anything. He was a realist, he didn't believe in the departed. If I remember correctly, that headmaster died of a heart attack, didn't he? Yes, if he were still alive, you might have learned more valuable information about him. Right after the departed's notice first arrived, the only person who knew about their past died. Another convenient coincidence. Well, I shall be going home soon. To tell you the truth, I've been feeling under the weather. Perhaps I'm possessed. Now that I think about it, I've heard similar complaints from a lot of people today. It could be an outbreak of some disease, but the events of last night suddenly crossed my mind. Sorry, I kept getting a bunch of emails. I was thinking, what was that? The departed's transformation now gives them the power to not only affect the school, but the humans as well? Or am I overthinking things? Mr. Yashiki. The gruesome death I saw with my left eye also applies to you. What awaits you is an inevitable catastrophe. I hate to see the great spirit doctor lose his life this way. After despondently speaking those words, Abe leaves the room. I guess I'll take that as a sign that he's really worried about me. The sun sets and darkness falls in Konohara Academy. How many times have I greeted the night here? Ring ring! Why is the phone ringing now? Hello?
Ah, it's me, Michio Kinokawa. Thank goodness, you're still at school.
What's wrong?
I just wanted to ask if you'd made any progress with your investigation. I'm curious. I'm in front of the school now. Mind coming out?
I don't mind, but could we just talk over the phone?
Oh, jeez, it's fine, isn't it? I'll be waiting then.
Sakamoto just gave me the warning today. Well, I have no choice, but I made a promise. Should I head to the main gate? Things are coming to a head. lights in the hallway are glowing red. Given the lack of commotion right now, I'm guessing nobody's noticed yet. Oh well, it's pretty hard to miss, so someone's going to notice it sooner or later. Michio is waiting in front of the main gate. When she sees me, she rushes over like a puppy.
Good evening, Mr. Yashiki. You look tired today, too. Not surprised, though.
How are you feeling?
Same old. Bit tired since I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately. Right, I forgot. I got a call from Miss Sakamoto earlier.
Did you get scolded again?
No, the opposite.
She apologized because she felt like she went too far with the stuff with you. Oh. Is it because of what I said to her? How very kind of her to take immediate action after she changed her mind.
Isn't that great, Mr. Yashiki? She won't be picking on you anymore.
I hope that's true.
How's your investigation going, by the way? Did you learn anything new?
Not a lot, but... Huh, how convenient. Michio feels the same! I tell her about the story of the Departed's Wrath I heard from Abe.
Wrath of the Departed? That sounds like something from a fantasy novel.
Did the previous headmaster tell you anything?
Nope, I wasn't particularly close to him. I'm the student council vice president. I usually just have Hime deal with the teachers.
Oh, okay.
There's something that's caught my attention. I remember M-Town coming up in one of the cases somehow.
Can I just say Yashiki's being an idiot? No, he is. Now that you mentioned it, the name does sound somewhat familiar. In which case did the name M-Town show up? This is Kashima. Recall what happened when we were investigating the Slipmouth Kashima. Yeah, I feel like I saw some name during the Slipmouth Kashima investigation. Where did I see the name in M-Town? That was in the yeah, it was on the bus road map. Trying to remember what was written on the bus route map and I saw. Yeah, because it was the convenience store. Bingo, one of the bus stops that I saw at the time was M-Town Shop. I immediately let Michio know about it.
Oh, you're right. You sure have a good memory.
If the owner is a descendant of M-Town resident, they might have some documents there from the past. I'll try going to the M-Town shop.
Sure, let's go there together.
Wait a minute, you're coming with me.
Of course I am.
But don't you have curfew?
No need to worry, Hime can handle it. The door manager trusts her, you know.
That's not the issue, though.
I don't want to leave you alone. Carrying these burdens all by yourself just seems to be really tough.
Tough, huh? I guess it is. Mr. Konoe's ultimatum, Abe's death prediction, Departed constantly targeting me, the students I couldn't protect, Diamond's unconscious in the hospital bed. I heard screaming from the weight of it all, weight of its bearing, but I've chosen to close my ears and ignore it. I know I can't carry all that heavy baggage, but
I can at least help you relax a bit. I'm begging you. I'm not asking for too much.
her kindness tastes sweet as honey to my exhausted mind, except there's a chance she might be the Departed. Michio and I climb into the car parked near the school. M-Town shop isn't too far from here. Park my car nearby and walk towards the bus shop in front of M-Town shop. Ugh, the shop is so creepy. What are you talking about? It looks fine. The building is run down, there's no sign of life inside. Doesn't look like anyone actually lives here. We'll find out for sure once we check it out.
Yoshi.
An old mailbox hanging on the wooden wall. Peer inside, I find a postcard.
Wonder what's inside. Wonder what it's a postcard of. Let's check it out. It's for our investigation.
Why are you being so casual about everything? Not responding before I can tell her to stop, Michio has already got her hand on the mailbox lid. Huh, it's not opening. Is it locked? I don't see a keyhole though.
Yoshi.
The other side of the dusty glass door is pitch black, preventing us from seeing inside the store from this vantage point. Oh, the front door. Okay.
Mhm.
There's a faded paper with the word morning that's pasted on the glass door.
Isn't this a morning notice? I think they hang it on the houses and they're supposed to remove it after 49 days.
You sure know a lot of strange things, huh?
When my grandma died, one of my relatives told me about it. But does that mean somebody here passed away sometime in the past 7 weeks?
I suppose it would imply that. What's going on here? I hear an eerie male voice coming from the inside of the shop.
よし。
No, knock on the door, Yashiki.
うん。
There's no bell anywhere in the store. I just have to knock to see if there's someone inside. Knock. There's no response.
Maybe they're asleep. Let's try again.
Knock. Still no response.
Let's give it one last try. 3rd time's the charm, right?
Knock. Yashiki, if you suspect her because she might be, don't bring her with you! My head. My head. The scene suddenly flashes before my eyes. That scene is of an elderly man laying on the ground in an old store. His head is deformed and swelling to the point of becoming gelatinous. Swarms of centipedes continue to issue forth from his eyes. Bugs. 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 This is the Departed's wrath. Well. When he stops speaking, his body also stops twitching. All that moves in the dark now are the bugs. I wonder what caused this to happen. I can no longer hear any response coming from his gaping mouth. There's one thing I'm dead certain about. That he said this was the Departed's wrath.
What's wrong?
I saw what happened. The owner of the shop, he was probably killed by the Departed's wrath. I described the vision I saw to Michio.
So, the person that was being mourned was that old man you saw then?
I guess so, yeah. But they had just had the mourning notice up, which means they had the funeral, and that means his corpse must have been found. That's odd because the other victims' corpses disappeared. How could that be?
Didn't Kakura's corpse remain though too? Maybe there's times when they don't need to get rid of the corpse or something.
I don't understand.
This is just a guess, but the Departed wants to continue this whole little notice game. If there's actually a dead body found at the school, the police will come. There's a chance that the school will be closed and then there won't be any students, so maybe they only discard the corpses at the school.
Manabe's body was also discovered and she didn't die at the school.
That one was probably because of you, though.
With that corpse in the hospital, the cops would have probably arrested you, and that's also not something the Departed wants. That actually makes sense, since I'm supposed to be their husband.
And this ends my sloppy deduction. Thank you for listening.
Although she doesn't think too highly of her reasoning, I have to admit that it does make sense. This corpse was found outside the school and had no ties to me, therefore it remained. Why was he cursed, though? I'm not sure, but maybe it's because he was a descendant of an M-Town resident. M-Town was destroyed by the Departed's wrath. While we don't know exactly what happened there, the wrath still remains, and it killed the old man. What was that sound? It came from the mailbox. We need to go open the mailbox.
これは
There's old mailboxing on the wind wall. Here's a postcard. Doesn't look any different. Here's just hearing things. Just to be sure, I open the lid one more time. Okay, if the old man was a descendant, why did he die now? Unlike last time, it opens easily. How is this possible? Did something just happen to get caught so the mailbox refused to open? Or was there a trigger or something? Oh well, not like I'm gonna get an answer. Time to see what was locked away. I collect the postcard. It's addressed to M-Town Shop, though I have no idea who the sender is.
Oh, the sender's the previous headmaster.
I flip the card over and find some words of gratitude written on it. This is obviously some kind of thank you letter from the previous headmaster. Reading the letter more thoroughly, the shop owner apparently donated an old book about M-Town's ritual to the school. Blech. An old book about M-Town, huh? Interesting. It should be in Konohara Academy now.
Probably in the library. Although if they considered it to be a valuable item, they might have put it away somewhere else for safekeeping.
We came this far, and that's where the trail leads, so why don't we try looking for it? Let's go back to Konohara Academy. Go to the car. The trip back to Konohara Academy should only take about 5 minutes if we don't get caught in traffic. Throughout the ride, Michio only stares blankly at the scenery outside. She was in such high spirits earlier. I wonder what's wrong.
Say, Mr. Yashiki, do you have a moment?
Michio calls out to me in a low, subdued voice, as if she were waiting for the right moment to spring something on me.
I need your opinion on something. It's related to The Departed. Mind if I talk about it?
Sure, go ahead.
It's about The Departed's notices. Do you remember how many notices we've gotten?
Including the one that arrived before I came to the school. 6.
Correct, way to go.
Try and recall the 6 notices. The first was targeting Ribbon, aka Kyoko Takai. The second one was targeting the pianist, Toshihiko Izumi. The third notice was Naomi Horikoshi, the model, and the fourth was Megumi Manabe, Gold Prize. Fifth was Dorio and Michio, Student Council, and finally Hooligan Shinichi Kakuda.
What about the notices? I want to know what their purpose was for issuing those notices.
The Departed wasn't a spirit that goes around committing horrible acts for fun. They issued those notices with a goal in mind. Ever since the model notice, they've been releasing these notices to test you, their husband. But what about the first 2? Well, now you've got me all curious about it too. Do you have any ideas?
Well, yeah, sorta. If they issued the later notices as a trial for their husband, I'm guessing that also applies to the first 2.
So, are you saying there was already a marriage candidate before I arrived at the school?
Yep. If I'm right, who do you think it was?
The potential husband before me was Izumi.
I think so too. Izumi was different from the other victims. Before he was murdered, he said, "The Departed is calling me."
I actually heard his last words. Seems like he knew the Departed's true identity.
Seriously, who is it?
Well, he didn't actually say. But if he really did learn the Departed's true identity, he was probably being put on trial. So the first notice really was issued to test Izumi, huh? I guess he was deemed unfit since he abandoned Takai and ran away. Maybe that's why he became the second target. I showed up to Konohara Academy at that time. I don't know what they saw in me, but they chose me as their next potential husband.
And you didn't run away and actually accepted the challenge. You tried to save those spirit souls.
That cool side of yours must have fit with their image of an ideal husband.
And that concludes Michio Kinukawa's deduction. Man, I sure have a good imagination, right? Maybe I can be a novelist or something.
To be honest, I'm blown away by the story that Michio concocted for me. It's as if the Departed themselves is telling me their plans. I would have never thought you could piece together that train of thought so well. I'm surprised.
Hee!
Michio smiles, her fingers playing with her white hair.
I suppose it's because that doll was cursed by the Departed.
Previously she said she thought the Departed was the female doll. That still stands up. and she still stands by that opinion.
Somehow, I can understand how they feel. Like when I was possessed by Kashima. The departed's been longing for an ideal husband who knows for how long. And then they found you. Michio? I love you. I want to vow to live happily ever after with you. And then I want to... eat you up. Just kidding.
Come on now.
Oh, don't be mad, please. I ended up getting carried away when I was acting like the Departed. How was it? Did I freak you out?
Don't tease your teacher.
Sorry. When I saw that gloomy face of yours, I just had an urge to tease you.
Ugh. We should be arriving at Konohara Academy soon. I opened the window and let the cold night air in. I don't think I can bear this indescribable atmosphere. Whoa, why are the lights red? Oh, right, I didn't tell you about this. They've been like this since last night. I think the Departed did this, but I could be wrong. Oh, I see. This is their way of trying to charm you. In what way exactly? Let's see. The Departed thinks of you as their ideal husband, right? They do, yeah.
This is something that I've seen on TV. In Shinto weddings, bonfires and paper lanterns are usually lit to illuminate the path of the newlyweds. I figured these lights are their version of that.
They're really going all out for the perfect detail on their wedding then, huh?
I mean, everything they do is pretty detailed. They've issued fancy notices, even blend them in with the people of the school. I bet they're having so much fun.
I don't doubt that. Among spirits, there are those who feel the greatest pleasure when they're inflicting fear on humans. Supposedly an exquisite pleasure that humans cannot comprehend. The Departed might be one of those spirits.
Doesn't seem to be causing any harm, so we probably shouldn't pay too much attention to it. Let's just ignore it for now.
You're a strong one, aren't you?
Shall we go to the library then?
Why don't you go back to the dorms? It's getting late.
Boo, I don't want to. Let me tag along until the end. I'm curious to know where this leads.
But
how about I promise I'll go home once we find the old book? Just let me stay until then.
what if I don't want to?
Then I'll still tag along.
Better find that old book as soon as possible so this curfew-breaking student will head home. Best place to find a book should be the library. Okay, we are at 3 hours and 7 minutes. Do you want to keep seeing more or do you want a break? I am fine with either. We are at the end of chapter 6, so I just noticed. What did you notice? You should know more! Okay. What did you notice, sweetheart? There's a wooden book storage cabinet with a glass door. Okay, this should be here. I think YouTube ate one of my comments. Oh, I didn't see it. I don't see the one before I noticed. I just see before I just noticed. So I'm guessing YouTube ate it because I didn't get a thing on here saying that it was restricted or anything. Okay. Ignore that, go here. Okay, yeah, we're right at the end of this chapter. Michio and I split up, checked each book section Each city's legal documents and old maps have been stored together in the school newspaper fold. I skimmed through the documents, hoping to find anything related to the departed, no avail. Sorry, I just want Mashi to hit Yashiki on the head. No, that one did not come through. Can't seem to find anything that looks like an old book either.
Hey, Mr. Yashiki. This book has some information about M-Town.
Michio shows me a book titled Each City's Local History, which is a self-published by the previous headmaster. Issued a year ago, this book is apparently only given to the family and close friends. Thinking it might be connected to the case, I write down the bits of M-Town in my notes. Konoehara and M-Town. Konoehara used to be a small town named as M. The area where Konoehara Academy currently sits was once M-Town's downtown. M-Town had its own beliefs and customs, though they gradually disappeared following the westernization that occurred during the Meiji period. Furthermore, the plague that occurred at the end of the Meiji era caused a sharp decrease in its population. Survivors all called it the Departed's Wrath, but autopsies determined that it may actually be Cholera. It's unknown what the Departed refers to, though some speculate that it must be tied to the local folklore. M-Town's religion. 2 earthly deities were enshrined in M-Town. One of them was Mushigami. Details regarding this deity are hazy as there are not many traces of M-Town's customs, though it does beg the question, did these people really make an insect their god? Mushigami's shrine was said to be located in the vicinity of Konoehara Academy's old school building. Because the shrine was already half ruined when the school was founded, they demolished it to build the old building. When the first headmaster, Genzo Konoe, had the shrine demolished, he tried to placate Mushigami and the souls of those who died of the plague. This is how the shrine and the connecting corridor came to be. But teachers and students might have called it Kokuri Shrine, but that is actually incorrect. It is simply named after the guardian fox of the Mushigami Shrine, which is now standing in the courtyard. Lord Mushigami, huh? What a beautiful name. I want to know about their connection to the Departed.
How should I put this? There are many scary stories where gods punish humans for destroying their shrines. The Departed's wrath began before the shrine was destroyed, though.
True, but I don't think those things are completely unrelated. Because of those who knew the wrath died one after another. It's pronounced with a K. Oh. Okay, well that's another one I messed up saying.
You see a picture of a talisman over there? I think they had good taste for choosing centipedes. Don't you think so?
Is the theme of the Scoliopendra subspin Gesundheit. Ichio points to the photo on the edge of the paper about local history. It's an old talisman with a centipede drawn on it. Looking at the details, this talisman was made at Mushigami Shrine. Apparently the previous headmaster had gotten his hands on it. In M-Town, people believed that they could escape danger by putting this talisman in front of their houses. Why do I feel like I've seen this talisman somewhere before? Gee, I wonder! Now where was it? Where have you seen this talisman before? There you go! Ah, that's right, on the shrine on the 2nd floor. There are talismans hanging there. But all we found inside the shrine was a petri dish. There wasn't any information related to M-Town. According to the book, the shrine was built to replace M-Town's Mushigami Shrine. So what are the disaster-preventing talismans doing by hanging in the shrine that's been around for so long? Were they afraid of Mr. Kokuri's rumors or something?
I just remembered. I saw a talisman before.
Michio, who's peering at the book beside me, speaks up. The shrine in the connecting corridor, right? To my surprise, she shook her head in disagreement. Where did you see it then?
Over there. I was completely confused at the time, but I saw that talisman with my own eyes.
A place where she's completely confused. Don't tell me she saw that talisman at the clock tower.
Exactly. When both Hime and I were on the ground, I saw that talisman. Why don't we go and inspect the clock tower?
It's locked, though.
It was open that time, no? I mean, it's already night, so who knows? Maybe it's open again.
It might be indeed. It doesn't make any logical sense, but I'm still willing to believe that there's a slim chance. Let's go to the clock tower. I need to make a save here. There are choices I have to make here. Oh, I'm getting a call. That was a really odd time for my notification on my phone to go off.
Hello? Oh, what's up, Hime? I'm helping Mr. Yashiki right now. We're gonna go to the clock tower. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. Mr. Yashiki's here with me, so we'll be fine even if the departed shows up. Oh, don't be mad, Hime. I promise I'll be home in 30 minutes. Cover for me in the meantime. Hime's mad. I mean, she's always kind of irritated by my actions, but she doesn't usually scold me.
She's worried about you.
I guess so, but I guess she's also worried about you too. She likes you, you know?
Enough with the nonsense, please.
No, I have proof, alright. Hime's always been well behaved, but she totally ignores all Miss Sakamoto's warnings. You know why? Because she's really giving her all for you.
You think so?
Absolutely. Please treat her well.
Sure. Okay. Do that, do that, do that. Alright. Unfortunately, Yashiki is gay. Also, they are teenagers, and he is probably in his late 30s to 40s. Once again, I arrive at this place. I recall the story I heard from Dorio this evening. During summer break, Dorio and Michio discovered the doll and the first headmaster put in here. Is it here? So I ask, swallowing down my saliva. My mind is screaming that I am in grave danger and I should not take one step closer. That bell again. Michio doesn't seem to hear it. Am I really the only one who can hear it? The bell stops ringing. What's wrong? Nothing, let's go. Door's open. It's open. How?
This is our chance. Let's use this chance to solve the mystery of the clock tower.
Yeah, sure. I step into the clock tower. The unpleasant smell of dampness and mold hits my nostrils immediately. Wait outside, Michio.
I'm coming with you. I'm not scared at all.
No, I want you to keep an eye on the door. If I get locked up in here, things will get really bad.
Oh, okay. I'll keep the exit safe for you, but be careful.
Michio leaves the clock tower.
ここ
An old Western-style cabinet with several talismans pasted on it. What do you know? Michio was telling the truth. Let's take a closer look. There's a drawing of a centipede on a talisman. It looks just like the photo from the book. The talisman seemed to be sealing something sinister inside. However, a plank is preventing me from opening the door. I need to get rid of it first. Who is that? I blurt out the question. But there's no reply. Silent darkness is the only thing accompanying me in here.
これは
There's a large wooden box against the wall. I peer inside and find a crowbar and a wrench. I can use these to get rid of the plank. Hang on. I notice something and look around the room. I don't see any more stairs to climb. This is the top floor. But there's no altar anywhere. The female doll was placed on an altar. That's what Dorio told me. The same story was in the school newspaper. So why isn't there an altar anywhere in here?
Kill
Despite my pleading yells for an unknown entity to stop their rural torture, the voice continues on. It feels like there's insects crawling inside my head as it drones on and on. Kill, you said? What do you want me to kill? I used the crowbar to remove the plank before getting rid of the talismans. Then I opened the door. There's an old book inside. M Town's Private Records is written on the cover. This is the old book we're searching for. It's written in a particularly ancient script. It'll take me some time to decipher the content. Shit, my head's getting worse. But I have to read this. This must be where the departed secret. What is happening? Suddenly the letters turn red. Red, bright red. I can't read the book like this. Tell me what's written here. Do you want me to kill someone that badly? But who? Dear husband. Are you the departed? Did you eat Kokuri? This is neither a dream nor hallucination. The departed is really transformed. Dear husband. What are you gonna do this time? Where's Michio, by the way?
Thank you for the food.
Don't tell me you ate Michio.
Ew.
Kill who? You've killed so many people already. What the hell do you want me to kill? I wonder where Michio is. The departed is clearly a monster. I don't really want to get close to it, but what should I do? I try throwing the wrench near the departed's feet. Did I manage to intimidate them? The wrench hit the departed's feet near the instead of hitting the floor near their feet. Something about the departed's scream earlier seemed strange to me. Looks like the attack is working. I want to believe I made the right choice.
Dear husband. Dear husband. Kill.
Did they just say kill? They keep whispering the same word over and over. Are they telling me to kill the departed or what? Does the departed want me to kill them? But this just doesn't feel right. For now, I should try defending myself with the crowbar. I strengthen my defense as I watch the departed warily. But then the departed moans and they sound rather mournful. Why would they do that? Are things not going the way you expected? Did I make the right choice? going to do to me, you bastard? That eerie voice isn't the world careening on its side. I'm so dizzy I can't tell if I'm still standing. My head's killing me. Darkness shreds my vision. All I can hear are the departed's murmurs. If you want me to kill so badly. I feel this indescribable, overwhelming urge to kill. My consciousness is fading. Why is she on the floor? Bugs. There's a large swarm of bugs. The bloody body is covered in bugs. You heard my wish, dear husband. You killed she who was close to you. Thank you, dear husband. Don't tell me I was controlled by the departed. Then I flee from the clock tower. I roam about aimlessly with the crowbar in hand. I was being controlled and attacked the spirit in front of me. But it wasn't the spirit, it was Michio, even though my eyes saw the departed. Mr. Yashiki? What's going on? What are you doing with the bloody crowbar? Dorio, why are you here? I was worried since Michio hadn't come home yet. Where is she? What happened, Mr. Yashiki? At the clock tower, I was controlled by the departed. I attacked her with this crowbar. Huh? No way. I'm gonna go check. Dorio rushes over to the clock tower. Even knowing the departed still might be there, I can't stop her from rushing inside. She returns after a while. She looks as emotionless as a wax statue, but her eyes are red and swollen. I saw her. She just stares at me, shell-shocked. She doesn't even cry or lash out at me. Her mind can't even process what she should. Mr. Yashiki, what are you gonna do now? Call the police. I don't think they'll believe you if you tell them you were being controlled by the departed. They'll arrest you, and if that happens, you won't be able to pursue the departed anymore. Call an ambulance. No, it's too late. She's not breathing. She has no pulse. Call the headmaster. I understand why you'd want to contact the headmaster, but given the situation, I don't know if he'll be able to be willing to help you out. Dorio, what do you want me to do? Huh? Can I ask you to decide for me, please? It's a cowardly move, I know. But I also fear my own judgment now. What if I'm still under the Departed's control?
Mr. Yashiki. Got it.
After a long silence, Dorio nods her head. She opens her mouth again right after.
Follow me, Mr. Yashiki.
Once Dorio is settled on the course of action, she quickly regains her composure. I'm still stunned, but she immediately grabs my hand and drags me out of Konohara Academy.
Can you drive?
Yeah.
We better head to your home first and come up with a plan there.
Doria takes the passenger seat as I drive my car back to Kujo Mansion. During the ride, I tell her about what happened earlier. Even though I struggle to find the words and need to pause several times, Doria pushes me and I manage through my recap. Once we arrive at the mansion, I take off my sweatshirt shirt and take a hot shower. Or in Dorio's words, I warm my body up and calm my mind down. Her firm attitude and language reminds me of my late sister. My sister often tried to whip me into shape and scold me for being lazy. I put on a new shirt and slacks. I may have washed off the blood, but there's no way to cleanse the bloody truth.
I'm coming in. You look much better now.
Yeah, thanks to your help.
Oh, please.
Why are you helping me? I was being controlled and it doesn't change the fact that I killed...
Can you please stop? I know you didn't do it of your own will. Weren't you fighting the Departed?
That's what I thought. But it turned out it wasn't the Departed.
Mr. Yashiki. If you truly care for Michio, then please avenge her. That's what I wish, and I'm sure Michio would feel the same.
I want to do that, but there's a corpse in the clock tower. If someone discovers it, then
It'll be fine. It's on school grounds, and if the Departed is involved, her corpse should disappear.
She might be right. The Departed probably doesn't want me to be arrested or barred from the school grounds. They're as cunning as a human. Everything that's happened so far is probably all part of their master plan.
So long as both of us keep quiet, you won't be suspected of murder.
So you're saying you want us to continue the investigation while keeping Michio's death a secret?
Exactly. They'll never forgive you if you say you wanted to run from the Departed now.
Zario levels a determined gaze at me. I can see black flames burning in her eyes. She's really pissed off at the Departed. Maybe granting the wishes of those girls whose best friend I accidentally killed is the best way for me to atone for my actions.
I'm begging you, please hunt down the Departed. Thank you. Let me help you out. Please, avenge Michio.
Dario falls into my arms. Let's get out of my arms now, please.
Michio. Why?
Dario sobs deeply into my chest. Oh, I just got clean. This must have broken her. A girl who lost her best friend now feels like she's been left all alone in the world. This wound will never heal. If there's one reason I'm still on this earth, it must be that I'm intended to bring an end to this cursed case and bring her some relief. And that was chapter 6. There is one more chapter. And we will stop for now. Because it has been 3 hours and 30 minutes. 35 minutes, pretty much. So we're nearing the end. We should probably wrap up the last. I can't help but feel something is off. That's fair. So we could probably just finish up the last chapter next stream. It's gonna be a long one. It's gonna take up a long time too. I mean, there's a lot on here where if I ignore it because it's just a lost soul, I should be fine. So, we're getting there at the end. Thank you for watching. Play.